must be the good guys. Must be like, and then I just was like quickly figured it out. I was like, oh no, fuck, that's ridiculous, right? So I mean, what do you mean Assad? You believing Assad?
The Assad government was dropping a lot of heavy bombs that were killing a lot of civilians.
Okay.
You're going to do the barrel bomb and the gas. Oh, there's so much gas. There was gas.
Yeah, the
everywhere.
gassing bullshit.
No. The gas shit is bullshit. But the barrel bomb shit was real, dude.
Okay, so you know the gassing shit was bullshit, but you don't think the barrel bomb shit was bullshit as much?
No, it wasn't, because if you actually know, if you
If
follow the war, they were. There was a lot of.
That's fucking lies, PPG.
Skate is not gonna let anybody talk.
That's a fucking lie, PPG. You just repeated your State
There
Department
was a
lie,
lot of
dude.
encircle pockets where the Syrian
No,
government
that
encircled them,
wasn't.
and they
America
continuously
bombed the
continued to
civilians and
bomb.
blamed
Dude.
Syria for it. America bombed the civilians and blamed Syria for it. It was
That's
fucking
right.
America,
That's
like
right.
fucking always.
Assad had no reason to do that, dude. Assad had no reason to do that, just like he had no reason to gas anybody.
And look,
Why would Assad bomb his own fucking people? It's so fucking ridiculous, dude. And also, ISIS attacked America on the orders of America, so America had a pretense for going in.
ISIS attacked America on the orders of America, dude. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's what I just told you. I already just said this. I said they went on the orders of America.
Fucking idiot. Yeah, fucking idiot. ISIS is fucking controlled by America. They were
using ISIS so they can attack the
Yes,
Syrian
they even
government.
like, dude. Even there's a leaked tape. There's just a leak. There is a leaked tape, dude. There's even a leaked tape about it, dude. There's even a leaked tape about it. There's even a leaked fucking tape that says it.
Why is that? Why is the American officers at the head of ISIS?
Well,
dude.
Why is ISIS commanded by U.S. troops?
What about the John Kerry leaked shit? What about the leaked tape with John Kerry?
No, the John Kerry leak shit is right. Did you hear what he said? He said, we're basically, like you said,
we're letting him go over here.
Trying to nudge. Let me
talk.
We're basically nudging them. We're nudging them so they can attack the Syrian government. Well, because this group was uncontrollable, they attacked the YPG.
They were
attacked
not controllable. They were coordinated by America. They were coordinated by America. They were funded by America, and they were armed by America. You fucking dumbass. You fucking dumb. Like always, you don't understand shit, PPD. Like fucking
They've been an American proxy, and they haven't been an American proxy, and they've been an American proxy off and on for a long time. So they are very much
relevant. Has always been an American proxy.
And armed by America, PPG. And they do what America tells them, including attacking their own troops.
You want to know when America intervened? You want to know when America started bombing the shit out of ISIS? Actually bombing the shit out of ISIS? When they got close to
civilians, dude. Remember,
let's let them fucking
now. Why is Assad killing his people now, dude? Why is Assad killing his people now, PPG? If Assad was to kill his people. Okay, so he was only killing his people.
Nobody's saying that Assad wanted to kill his people, dude.
So why did he do it?
He killed more people because he was used. This is a fact, okay? More civilians died.
Why did he do it?
People talk or just shut down. You fucking
keep
talking.
Just answer the fucking question. Why did Assad bomb his own people?
Stop asking stupid ass bullshit fucking
Just answer the question. You can't answer. You tried to answer it and you couldn't. Yeah, go ahead, answer it.
The Assad government killed way more civilians than the rebels because they were dropping heavier bombs.
Why did he do it? Why?
I don't know why. I don't care why. He was trying to
because
win
you don't fucking get it, dude. You don't have a fully fledged theory. You're just fucking dumbass.
You know how genocide works? You know how indiscriminate bombing works? You don't have to be aiming for the civilian population.
The reason Israel is this indiscriminately bombing is
it was just a coincidence or accident or something. So PPG, you don't even know what happened, dude. You don't even. Okay, PPG,
I know what happened.
Fine, prove it.
The rebels didn't have any airplanes or helicopters. It was only the Assad tanks.
Fine, prove it, PPG. Fine, prove it. Prove that Assad did it.
Okay. Oh, you want me to give you studies?
No, just give me a video.
UN studies?
But give me a fucking video of Assad doing it. Yeah.
A video. Okay, I'll do it. I'll get you a video.
Well, he's taking an hour to do that. He'll just be like, I'm going to bed. He doesn't have any fucking goddamn stuff. It's ridiculous. There's nothing that fucking states anything like that.
And while he's thinking about that, right now, here's the thing with Syria. It wasn't just one team versus another team. Once they got 5 or 6 teams in, was a lot of blokes going at each other. And some of those blokes were supposed to be on like the same team. But they hated each other. And they knocked each other off like friendly fire, if you will.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna speak right now. All right.
I want everybody to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna speak.
Okay.
This video that I'm about to send-
Fair enough.
this video
Let's
that I'm
be
about
quiet.
to
Let people
send
talk.
is a video
It's
from
the video,
Syria.
PPG.
There is no there. I'm gonna send many videos because I saw most of the videos. Okay, just listen. Okay, this is the first one. Just understand, the rebels had no air capability. They had no helicopters. They had no jets. This could have only been the Syrian government.
No, Israel and America was there too. Come on, dude.
No, stop. There was no the airspace was only controlled by Syria in the entire war.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true, PPD. PPD, you don't know shit.
Before I send that video, I'm gonna send this fucking retard. I'm gonna send this fucking retard.
PPD, you're just making up bullshit that doesn't exist, dude. You're just saying that they have air superiority over the entirety of Syria. That is not true. That's a fucking lie. And you have to lie in order to be right, and you fucking know it. It's not fucking true. You're just lying like always. Because you don't know what you're talking about. They fucking always do.
All right, here we go. On 2022, June 2012, a Turkish McDonnell Dart FB Phantom reconnaissance jet was intercepted, shot down by a Syrian army after having violated Syrian airspace. The jet pilots were killed. Both Turkish and Syrian forces searched further before recovering the bodies in early July. This is far north, dude. The Syrian government always had power in the south. This is far north where they dropped a fucking Turkish jet. They always had air superiority.
About the bullshit. Give us the evidence you talked about instead of talking around it. You're supposed to give us evidence of Syria bombing civilians. Go on, dude.
They didn't have air superiority against the rebels. If you want to see that America was flying planes in their area in the eastern part, sure. Where most civilians died was when the rebels and the Syrian government were fighting. Shut the fuck up.
Give us the fucking videos, dude. Give us the fucking videos. You don't got anything. You're just making up shit like always, dude. You're just fucking making up shit.
Literally, what a dumbass, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, but you're just making up shit all the time, dude.
Okay, no, here, that's all right. I'm gonna send all the videos. There's so many videos, dude. You're literally. I don't even know why you would use this talking point, dude.
What's this, PPG? What's this? Was this a fucking picture? Is this a picture?
You said give me a video of error. What?
Is this a picture or what? Oh, I see.
Look at this.
I'm giving you links, man.
I still prefer this as a gas cylinder with the yellow marking. PPT, you don't know shit, dude.
Doesn't matter what I said. Skaters gonna make some bullshit
This is like talking to the boss.
This is the reality, dude.
No, I'm just reading the comments. This is like talking to the boss, dude.
Oh, you're reading the comments. All right.
This is like talking to the boss.
Nice. Hey,
This
brother,
video is from Daya, my
what
city.
can I say, man?
What is this
Did
shit?
you see any civilians dying here, by the way? Where's the dead civilians?
What's going on here?
Where's the dead civilian? Do you not see the bomb hitting on the? What you want me to show you the dead civilian? You want me to go dig them up and look? This one died. Or what?
Yeah, but with Gaza, PPG with Gaza, we can clearly see Israel is bombing civilians, right?
You are watching videos of Syria with the date of 2017. Most of them.
I don't care about that. Just give us the fucking video.
Okay, you don't care anything because you're fucking stupid, dude. You're fucking.
Give us a video of Syria bombing civilians. You fucking dumbass. Give us a fucking video of Syria bombing civilians.
An actual fucking bomb dropped in the most concentrated areas of Syria.
I know it's crazy. And that's a video. It's really fucking crazy. Yeah. We have it with fucking Israel.
You said, show me a video of the fucking barrel bombs. Then now show me a video of
That's a barrel bomb?
That's what you want to see?
That's a barrel bomb.
That's a barrel bomb.
PVT, give us a video that we can confirm Syria is bombing civilians. Not a fucking helicopter in the air, you fucking dumbass.
I don't know what to say to this retard, man.
You're showing a video of a helicopter in the air. I asked you for a video of Syria bombing civilians. You fucking dumbass.
Do you see the fucking helicopter dropping bombs on city areas?
Do you see that ever it's bombing? It's already bombed. It's completely evacuated. It's a bomb fucking house, you fucking dumbass.
Stupid, dude. You're not even saying anything.
PPG,
You're a fucking idiot.
PPG, okay,
Like,
let me ask you one more time. PPG, let me ask you one more time. Give me a video of Syria bombing civilians, not a helicopter in the air.
I just showed it that the Syrian rebels did not have helicopters. Do you understand?
What's the genesis of the argument?
PPG, give me a video of Syria bombing civilians.
It's about the Syrian war and how...
So dead civilians, right? Dead civilians. Okay, I'll get you.
No.
I'll get you the
Give me a
video.
video of Syria bombing civilians.
Stop.
Give me a video of Syria bombing civilians, you fucking dumbass.
Civilians. You want the video of dead Syrian civilians?
Don't tell me what I want, PPG.
It doesn't matter what I said. It doesn't matter what I said.
Don't tell me what I want. Give me a video of Syria bombing civilians, you fucking dumbass. Not a helicopter in the ground or dead civilians. If there's a dead civilian, we don't know who the fuck did it. It could be fucking America, the terrorist. So I don't need dead civilians. Give me a video of Syria bombing civilians. I'm being very explicit.
Anyway, I'm done with this conversation. There's nothing I can send to this retard that he'll believe.
Yeah,
what's the underlying? What PPG? You say?
It's saying
Hold on. He's gonna cope, dude. He's gonna cope.
He's saying there's videos of he has evidence of Syria bombing civilians. I'm asking him for the evidence. He sends a video of a helicopter bombing a bombed house already.
Do you understand the Syrian war? Do you understand the Syrian war?
Yeah, but you don't. That's the issue.
Okay.
It would be difficult.
I'm gonna ask you again. Did the rebels have any type of air capability?
Give me a video of Syria bombing civilians.
That's what I thought. You fucking.
That's a bomb.
You don't know what you're talking about.
That's a bomb.
Jesus fucking.
It would be difficult for the Syrians to never bomb like a populated area, even if whatever it was a cell or whatever they were talking. I don't know. It would be difficult for them to like never have done that.
That was a bomb.
But that's not to say that
so
they're
dumb.
targeting civilians or something. But if it happens
No,
here
that
and there
doesn't
or
matter,
whatever.
dude.
But what's the actual argument about?
Casey, this is the
PPG
Israeli argument.
Syria
How would you use that argument, dude?
responsible for killing the civilians, not America. And America is
Syria
renowned
killed
by
the
celebrating this.
most civilians.
Yeah, but you can't prove that. You're just saying this. You have no proof of anything. And you send a video of a helicopter. Helicopters are helicopter in the air.
There's
That's the average PPG.
Even if they fucking did, they had a fucking rebellion on them, man.
You're saying
They had to fight the rebellion.
Piece of shit, PPG. Piece of shit, dude.
They had to fight the rebellion. What the fuck?
I think that, I mean, when we're talking about civilians dying in the Syrian war, we are talking about like actual crossfire or whatever civilians, not like Gaza where there is no crossfire, it's just like one-sided, right?
Yeah.
Like there is a crossfire, there's towns getting stuck in the middle of even rebel forces even fighting each other or rebel forces fighting Syrian forces, right? I mean it was a clusterfuck. For a long time, I don't.
Yeah, any video could have been like that could be rebels. That could be rebels. That could be rebels. That could be the fucking Syrian army. That could be ISIS. That could be anybody, dude. That could be anybody. Those could have been mortars. You don't know if those are even bombs.
The majority of civilians died because of airstrikes, dude.
Okay, Netanyahu.
What can I do, man? Okay, dude.
You have epilepsy? Fucking PPG? You have epilepsy?
You have nothing, PPG.
PPG, do you have
That's
epilepsy?
evidence. You got nothing.
Do you have epilepsy, PPG?
Hey, but America makes some studies and they say they're the good guys. Yeah, PPG.
It doesn't matter what I said.
America gave me some studies and they say they're the good guys. Here they are.
US were doing airstrikes.
Yep, they were. Yes, they were.
Casey.
But
Listen, okay?
Go ahead, Casey.
This is what I said. There was a lot of people doing airstrikes, but the people who had air capability.
You said that Syria had air superiority.
Yes, they did.
fucking
In the
exposed as a liar,
Syrian
dude.
war.
Now he lies. He's
I'm
just
gonna
come out with a lie. He's just come out with it.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
Exposed as a liar, PBD. Go ahead, Casey.
America bombed. If you know anything about the Syrian war, America bombed
Yeah, but you don't.
the northeastern side of Syria. They have
You don't.
to this
You don't.
day. They have never
They bomb
crossed.
more than that.
They have never
They bomb
crossed
more than that. Go ahead, Casey.
Damascus. They have never crossed to Aleppo. They have never
Who's
crossed
they?
to the other side
they?
of the Euphrates
Yeah.
River. Do you understand?
ISIS, Al Qaeda in America.
Who's they? Are you talking
The
about ground forces? We
American
never had ground
government.
forces.
You
You're talking
just
about the
ISIS, Al
Kurds?
Qaeda in
Because
America.
well, no, because we
Casey,
backed a lot of
Casey,
forces,
Casey.
including the Kurds, which we're fighting in the northeast. But
Casey.
we are other forces.
Northeast.
And we were helping
Casey.
them, including with air support.
No, we
Go ahead,
no, we
Casey.
didn't. Where?
Honestly, I'm
Where?
neutral.
Name
on this.
them.
I'm
Name
sorry.
them.
Yes, they did
Name 'em.
PPG.
Name who? Who we? The rebels that,
Name,
that we
name
had
the
helped?
bombs that were
Or-
dropped anywhere that
Or
was
name
in the
bombs?
northern
I don't know
east.
their.
Yeah.
What,
No,
they
you
have
don't
names
know
written
because
on
they
them?
didn't
What do you mean
happen.
name the bombs?
You here. You want to know where we? I just gave you an
Go ahead,
actual
Casey.
statement.
John
Look it
A.
up. A
I think one was
Turkish-
called Nick.
A Turkish jet intercepted, went into Syria around the beginning of the war, 2012, 2013, and was dropped by a Syrian air defense, dude.
Okay.
That was in the northern western part.
Casey is
Now
just picking
America
up shit,
is in
dude. He
the
can't prove
northern
shit.
eastern part.
But
You guys
PPG,
understand
America went there with an F-16 and bombed the capital of Syria and killed
civilians.
civilians. PPG, America went in there with an F-16.
talking
They
about?
killed a civilian residential area, PPG. They killed more than Syria, PPG. I can say whatever I want.
Give me your data. Give me your data.
Just there's independent
Give me
journalists
your
who
data.
went there.
Give me your data. No,
Yeah,
please give me your
sure.
data.
Sure, there's independent journalists who went in
Send
there
it.
and actually documented all this, and you can go look them up, which I did. You didn't do shit. You're just
Please
copying
do it.
mainstream
Please,
legacy
send it.
media.
Send it. All right, send it.
Fine, I'm sending it now. Go fucking cry.
Just understand that
COVID
whatever you
sequel.
send, I'm just gonna say that it's an anti-American propaganda machine.
Well,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
it isn't.
Okay.
It isn't.
But it is.
It
I'm
should
posting
be.
it now.
It is. It
No,
is.
I said it is.
No, it is.
This is
Yeah, it
this
is.
is an independent journalist.
Oh, you
from
mean that
Canada
you're saying
who
what
went
you're
to
saying,
Syria.
Skate? Like, oh no, what Skate's saying? No, I didn't say that about what Skate's saying. I'm talking about what you're saying.
No, that's what it is.
What is?
So that's not PPT. Yeah, but PPT, you're just showing a helicopter. I'm
What,
not
PPT
saying it's
what,
anti.
Skate descent?
You're just showing a fucking helicopter, you fucking asshole.
You
There's a
said to
helicopter.
send you
Okay, dude.
a fucking video of indiscriminate bombing, which I did.
I asked you to send a video of Syria bombing civilians.
I-
That's what I said like 10 fucking times, and you have not done
Okay,
so.
so you want dead civilians then? You want dead
No, I
civilians?
want Syria bombing civilians, you fucking idiot.
See how fucking retarded this is? This is
You fucking idiot. I want a video of Syria bombing civilians.
Yeah,
Syria
this
bombing
doesn't say
civilians.
anything. I don't even
Not
know
a
what the
dead,
fuck
not,
you sent me.
not a dead civilian in Gaza, not a
What is
dead
this?
civilian in Israel. I want a video of Syria bombing civilians, you fucking idiot.
I literally just sent you that video.
No, you did not. You didn't send shit. You just showed a helicopter in the fucking air. It didn't bomb any
Bombing-
civilians. You fucking
a
idiot, dude.
helicopter in the air bombing civilians. Yes.
Yeah,
That's what I
thank you.
said.
Sure, stop. No, you didn't do that.
Wait.
There's no dead bodies on the video. There's no one who's got injured.
wanna
You
see
can't
dead
see
bodies?
anything, you
wanna
fucking
see dead
idiot.
bodies? Are you hearing this fucking retard, dude? He wants to see a
PBT,
video. Listen to what he's asking
shut the
for.
fuck up.
A
PBT,
video
shut the
where
fuck
a bomb
up.
goes
PBT,
off,
shut
and
the
then you
fuck
go
up.
in and you find the dead civilians, and then you
Shut
look
up.
at the camera and you go, Skate, look, Skate,
Shut-
there's dead
shut
civilians,
the
look,
fuck up.
Skate. And the Syrian
Shut the fuck
government did it. You
Shut
shut
the
it,
fuck
you
up.
fucking
PBT,
stupid, dude.
do you know how
It's
easy it is
fucking
PBT, do you know how easy it is to see that sometimes Ukraine is bombing civilians because it can be proven without a shadow of a doubt, because it can be geolocated. You can see the direction of the missile. You can see the fragments, which sort of missile it is. So when you see the fragments, you know who it belongs to. It's the same in Israel and in Kursk. We can see they're using NATO weapons because we have the fragments. So we have direct evidence of someone bombing civilians, and we know who it is because there's evidence. You're just showing something. You don't know what it is.
I'm going to show the evidence of what he's talking about, remnants of barrel bombs, and he's not going to believe it, okay? Listen to what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said right
Remnants
now.
of bombs,
Just
and there's
listen,
civilians
okay?
that.
No. I'm going to bring up studies that show that there's been a lot of remnants of barrel bombs. Okay? You guys
Yeah,
talk
and
among
you can-
yourself,
and-
okay? And he's not going to
and
believe it.
Watch. I'm calling it right now.
I need the evidence, you fucking asshole. It's not a statement.
Watch.
Hey, Skate. This is the actual helicopter right there, and the one he sent. The same one, same video that you sent. The helicopter you made fun of, it was in this video that you just sent.
I sent plenty of them, dude.
No, the video the helicopter that he said that about your thing when he was like made fun of the helicopter, that was in your video, or that was in the video he just sent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same helicopter what PPG sent is in your video, Skate. Just saying.
I didn't send a video.
You didn't send a video?
Look, you can actually.
No. Oh, PPG sent
Turbo,
this one.
you're looking at civilians now, dude.
It's PPG sending the same shit again and again with a helicopter in the air.
Turbo, you're looking at dead civilians, dude.
And what killed them, PPG?
Barrel bombs.
Evidently, these barrel bombs, they said.
Yeah, they said.
Yeah, there's no proof of it, but I mean, it's hard to.
Exactly. If there's no proof, I'm asking for proof.
Okay, dude.
I'm asking for proof, not a fucking claim, dude. It's a claim.
There's no proof. There's no proof.
Thank you. I fucking know that, you fucking idiot. Because it was America doing it.
You know that I'm being condescending, you fucking stupid ape. You know that America didn't have fucking helicopters. You fucking retarded dumbass.
Shut the fuck up, babe. Shut the fuck up, babe. So America. Shut the fuck up, babe. America. Shut the fuck. This is proven. America hired white helmets and ISIS to go in and kill civilians in Syria and blame it on Syrian government. This is proven.
Listen, I might agree with you on that. I might agree with you on that.
But it's Syria doing it, right?
Is helicopters flying up into the air and dropping the barrel bomb, to which again I told you, where the civil war was actually being fought, in the south and in the west, only the Syrian government has access to airspace.
Okay, that's fine.
Aside from the Golan Heights, where Israel was at.
So you don't need to talk for 10 minutes, whatever. So we got that's okay. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We got a helicopter in the air dropping barrel bombs. Okay. And
summary shootings. What's next for the people of Aleppo?
And what's underneath it?
And then what's next? He's saying, how do you prove that those barrel bombs are really coming? Those helicopters are. He's saying, what about it?
Yeah, what about it?
Barrel bomb. Okay. Which aside from the studies that I can send, you're not gonna believe.
Yeah, but that's a claim with no evidence, you fucking idiot. I need the fucking evidence, you fucking idiot.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you studies how barrel bombs cause the most death of civilians.
Yeah,
okay?
no shit, eh?
You're not gonna believe it.
Exactly.
Hold on.
That's not saying anything.
Hold on.
It's like saying nuclear
blast
kill a lot of people. It doesn't mean who fucking sent the fucking bomb off, mate.
Okay, who dropped the barrel bomb? How do you drop a barrel bomb?
The study is saying shrapnel, you fucking idiot, and that
a barrel bomb can only be dropped from the air.
No, they used artillery as well, you fucking idiot. The study doesn't mention barrel bombs.
You had more artillery.
It doesn't matter who has more. That's not evidence.
It's so fucking.
That's not fucking evidence. PPG, anyway. I'm asking you for evidence. PPG, I'm asking you for evidence, not a claim. And all you got is claims by America. Who gives a shit, dude?
You said send the video. Show me a video. Show you a video. Dead civilians. Turbo's literally watching dead civilians and the bomb going off with dead civilians. Yep. Now you're asking for something else. Yep. All right.
Okay, so let me respond. So you sent two different videos with a helicopter, and then a completely separate video from a completely different event with dead civilians. Okay, I can do the same thing in... Shut up.
This is a lost cause. That's why I don't like...
I can do the same thing in Gaza. I can go to Al Ali Hospital and I can see that civilians, and then I can find a video of a Hamas rocket. That doesn't mean it's fucking Hamas, you fucking idiot.
By the end of 2017, over 97% of barrel bombs were done by civilians, and more than 25% were children, according to the UK-based Syrian network of human rights. Since the start of the war through the December 2017, at least 68,000.
Hold on. I thought. Wait a minute. I thought barrel bombs were kind of like sort of like, you know, sort of not really like. I don't think the government did those. I thought it was like that was more like the rebel. I thought that was like a more of a homemade thing, like a barrel bomb, because they have rebar and shrapnel in them and shit. I thought that was not a government weapon. Am I wrong?
And that's where they're getting all mixed up.
Network
You're
used
right.
by human rights since the start of the war in 2017.
Yeah, but I thought it was more along like lines of a rebellion fucking type weapon, like a tool.
334
I didn't think that Assad would be dropping barrel bombs, right? I didn't think Assad dropped barrel. I didn't think Assad dropped barrel bombs, dude.
Here now,
That's
they
right.
have the dates of the places.
Right.
Homs is the
Go
place
ahead,
I told
Soldier.
you where they killed the most civilians, right? East Utah.
Remember when the
Rebels
fucking rebellion killed the civilians? They blame it on the fucking Assad too. You know that, right? They're like, oh, it's Assad, it's Assad, it's Assad.
Exactly.
So the rebellion doesn't even really
Of
care
course,
about
it doesn't
getting.
matter what I said, dude.
The rebellion doesn't even care about hitting civilians. They do it and it's just benefit to
man.
them.
All right.
True.
And also,
I don't know. Okay,
and also,
so
PPG,
like,
before you
no-
start,
no-
Assad gets no
Yeah.
gain for killing civilians.
seconds,
Assad
right?
does no fucking gain from that. It makes him just look evil.
Exactly. Fucking idiot.
In 9 years, the Syrian
Why would he do it?
regime
Like
has
he
dropped
did.
nearly 82,000 barrel bombs, killing 11,800
Well, that's a
civilians,
bad
including
shooting.
1,800 fucking children.
That's a bad shot.
82,000 barrel bombs and only killed 11,000 people.
That's more than that. 80,000. 80,000 barrel bombs. He killed like 11,000 people. What the fuck?
Fucking dumbass, PPG.
This is a lot.
That sounds like a
But
useless
they need to buy
fucking.
better barrels, mate.
It's a bad shot.
Okay, dude. Was war crimes committed or not?
Here's what you're not understanding, PPG, right? Just let me have 20 seconds, right? There wasn't one team versus another team, right? Assad, right, the pro-government forces, was not just his fucking military. There was a lot of factions involved on his side. And on the rebel side, there are a lot of factions on their side too.
Each had their own shit to
Now-
deal with.
What is
And
that? What does this have to do
They
with
weren't fighting the fucking
Let him talk.
Syrian civil war for Assad on his side. Some of those factions that were like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. No, they're fucking not a lot of the time.
So they're
You know what I
so
mean?
they're using the weaponry to fight their own little war as well. You know?
Fucking exposed, PPG.
They were doing their own thing.
I don't. Nobody's saying it. What are you saying? Can you make some sense, please?
Well, half the time that everything that was bad got thrown at Assad because Assad was like the one to he was the guy in charge and these are the rebels. They tried to make it like it was a two-sided thing, and Assad was the guy with all the military shit and everything else. And it was you're not remembering that America's in there for the rebels. America's in there like all these other people that were in there for the fucking rebels. Do you think they didn't have any air power? Do you think they didn't drop any bombs? Come on, Matt. Wake the fuck up.
America
on.
was not on the side dropping airstrikes, dude. They were in the northern east side.
How come they had
America
how come
was
they had to
doing
get the
that.
Russians to fucking to defend them? The Russians had to like detour them, and it's like you don't want a problem with us, eh? Because America was in there with their
Casey,
fucking
go ahead.
jets.
The Russians
Casey, go ahead.
only went in there to save Assad, dude.
Yeah, to basically fucking fend off the fucking Americans are coming in with jets and shit, dude.
Okay,
Yeah, the
there is
terrorists.
no Russian jets that fly
To
in
fend off the
northeast
terrorists.
Syria. There is
Casey, go
no
ahead.
Russian jets that fly in northeast Syria, just like there's no American jets that fly over northeast Syria. Why? Because they'll
Mate,
get
you
shot
must-
down.
You must have watched the war when it was happening. Yeah, Dinkum. Come on, PPG. You must have fucking seen some of it.
I'm waiting for
They were
anybody to
fucking
say
buzzing.
something.
They were fucking buzzing each other, right?
Casey, go ahead.
It was a standoff. It was a PPG standoff, a little Mexican standoff that the Yanks and the Ruskies had,
I
right?
don't know why I do this to myself.
They weren't the only factions fucking in it.
There was also the fucking. There was also
A lot of these
there's also
things on the
ISIS.
ground.
There's ISIS. There was fucking the rebels. There was fucking Assad's army. There was fucking.
ISIS killed more people, dude. He was right, but I didn't bring up ISIS because ISIS was a uncontrollable force. They were killing Assad government agents just like they were killing American proxies, dude.
You didn't watch
Casey,
the
go
war.
ahead.
I think you're getting buried down into only one side did all this stuff, mate.
You sound like
There's
an American.
6 different fucking
I
teams.
said, how
You sound like an
many-
American.
How many?
He's
many
There's
American.
like 6 different
I know.
teams, and they're all on the same battlefield,
You
right?
sound like an American,
That's what you got
PPG.
to fucking sort out in your head, you know?
Casey, go ahead.
Okay.
You sound like an American, PPG.
I don't think the battle lines are as clear as PPG says they are. Also, it doesn't. I don't still see the point of this stupid argument. I mean, there was everyone was.
It's
It was
it's
there was
stupid as
a
fuck.
lot of legitimate crossfire going around. That I don't think that Syria was ever just like, I'm gonna go kill some civilians or something because that's what
It
we
was
want to
a
do.
war
or
in his
something like
country,
that.
man. There's a war in his country, like in his country, with fucking all sorts of proxies involved in fucking crazy fucking chaos. And you're trying to blame Assad for killing civilians? Come on, dude. He didn't out there to kill civilians. Those are his civilians.
Okay.
Those are his fucking. That's his country.
If you want to say, look, this is two things that you can say. If you want to say that the Assad regime was fighting off an invasion for funded, especially with not ISIS, but funded with like the FSA, then sure, dude. They were fighting a civilian war, and they were the lesser of two evils, right? Compared to the jihadis. Whatever.
Assad was a good one.
Right? That's a fact. But you also have to say that he killed a lot of fucking civilians.
Who's a fag?
That's PPG. You don't know shit, dude. You're just referring to American media saying it. You don't even know if it's true. You can't prove anything. You already have
it's like when you're watching your Kamala fucking videos. You've got some sort of like side message in there from fucking like Assad bad. Assad bad.
Assad did the bad thing. Assad did the bad thing over and over again. We all know it's fucking America did it, and they blame it on Assad. That has been proven.
The green light into this. The green light into this was a fake gas attack. Was there a green light into this shit, man? That was a green light.
We got into it? No, we didn't.
Our green light was the fake gas attack was the green light, dude. We made a line in the sand. We're like, don't you dare put gas attacks on. And then suddenly there's a gas attack on his people, right?
And Barack Obama, being the less war hawkish candidate, ended up backing that shit.
That's true. That's not true.
That's literally what happened.
If it wasn't for the UN going in there and proving, right?
No evidence, no nothing.
The UN went in and no gas attacks. They fucking came out and they said that there were no fucking gas attacks, right?
Yep.
Yes.
America needed those gas attacks
to get into the war
because they were going to fucking blow that cunt up.
That's right. That was their green light.
Wait, you saying that America said that there was no America
needed the gas attacks, Pipey G, to get the green light to go into the war. He needed the fucking. Those are the green light that they needed, and they even just said they said our red line, our fucking line in the sand is gas attacks. Do not gas attack anybody. And suddenly there's a gas attack. And they're like, "Oh, that's our green light."
Okay, and the gas attack happened, but
the White Hats fucking made the gas attack happen. The White Hats made the gas attack happen.
Okay.
White helmets.
I agree that
Okay, robot man. I'm a robot. Play PPG. Robot PP. Why are you sound like a robot? Fucking fed, man.
Talk about a fucking gay.
Your wire's fucking up, PPG. Anecdotal PPG.
Okay, this is about I was just live to the American U.S. State Department back study, and I asked him for evidence, and he gives a video of a fucking helicopter in the air that's completely fucked like always. So.
Let's squash his helicopter.
Is he trying to is he trying to defend Obama? Is that what the?
That's the motivation. I think that's the motivation.
Casey doesn't know any fucking history. All right, there was.
I think that's what PPG's trying to do. He's trying to work this to save a Democrat.
There was a false flag by the rebels, and there was a red light set by the United States. I'm gonna wait. There was a red light set by the United States that if there was a gas attack, they would set a no-fly zone and attack the Syrian government.
That's right.
Barack Obama refused.
Okay, but then there's a gas attack. Then there's a gas attack, a fake one, done by the White Helmets. The White Helmets White Helmets set up the gas attack, and that was their fucking green light to go into war.
Casey's right.
I can't hear. Go ahead.
That was their fucking.
Casey's talking about fucking. Kerry's talking about Trump, dude. He's not talking about 2014.
He's not talking about Trump.
That is
Fucking
true,
idiot,
actually.
dude.
That was 2017 when they bombed that airfield. But they used the gas
that was
attack
Trump.
as but who do you think planned the gas attack? The fake gas attack.
The white helmets. The white helmets did the gas attack.
The
The white helmets set up the gas attack.
Intended.
The white helmets set up the gas attack. It was the green light to go in. That's what they used. That's what it was.
Okay, that's you guys do know that's what happened in 2014, right?
The civilians,
Trump.
PBG.
Hey, you
Obama
guys
bombed
know
all the civilians.
Obama, right? Hey, you guys know that that's what happened with Barack Obama too. The same thing. And Barack Obama refused to bomb the Syrian
bombed the
government.
civilians. No, Obama
Okay,
bombed
there
the
we go.
civilians.
There we go.
Yes, he did.
There we go. There we go.
Obama did lots of bombing there. Obama, look at his name, Obama. Obama did lots of bombing.
Donald
in
Trump
Syria.
was bombing and he killed way more civilians in Syria.
Oh yeah. Considering all the civilians that died, they just blamed it on Assad.
Exactly. And PBG,
Alright.
you're just repeating the fucking lie like always.
Assad bad. Orange hair bad. Orange man bad. Assad bad.
Like, he comes in. That was Trump. Trump did the. It
was Trump. He sold 2 javelins to fucking Ukraine 5 years ago.
They were basically the same.
He sold he sold 3 javelins. He's the reason for the Ukraine war. He sold 3 javelins.
Trump sent javelins to Syria and bombed the civilians with javelins. That's on PBG.
Trump sent bombs. He sent javelins to Syria, so now it's his fault the Ukraine war started.
Yeah, Obama did nothing. Obama didn't plan Ukraine and did Ukraine coup. Nothing.
It turns out that Obama wasn't actually bad. Turns out Obama was good.
PBG fucking exposed, dude.
Always protecting the fucking democratic fucking evil motherfucker, man. Why don't you just condemn fucking do yourself justice and do yourself a favor and just condemn both of those motherfuckers, and then you can be a good guy and vote third party and be normal, like any other fucking person that doesn't want fucking these people to fucking in charge of everything. Why don't you just do what's good, do what's right? Get off your camel trip, man.
Exposed
PPG's voting Trump. He's voting Trump this year.
No,
he fucking promised.
I don't want him to vote Trump either.
Turbo isn't paying me the money, so
I'm not paying him to vote Trump. I was insane. I went insane. I went personally insane for fucking for a month because of fucking PPG, and it made me want to vote Trump. Okay, I was nuts. I don't know what happened to me, but it doesn't matter. I'm back on the fucking on the road now here. I don't want fucking anybody voting for anybody like Trump or fucking Kamala. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Don't you dare vote for Kamala. I'll pay you to vote for Jill Stein.
It seems like Casey knows a lot about the Syrian war, as opposed to PPG.
As opposed to PPG, and Casey probably didn't even look at it once. Probably read an article about it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
As opposed to PPG, a fucking 7-year-old would know more about the Syrian war, I think.
Yeah, you bum PPG. You fucking bum PPG. Boo! Fuck you.
And obviously the white helmets that had the headquarters next to ISIS.
Yeah, the white helmets.
Coordinated.
No, but PPG thinks it's the white hats. Yeah. He thinks it's the white hats, not the white helmets.
Yeah. And Turbo, they had a headquarters next to ISIS. And it's 100% certain that ISIS was on purposely bombing the Americans, so America had an excuse to call them terrorists and go into Syria. So they do that all the fucking time. And people just like, what? What? That never happened? There's a video of a helicopter here.
Does he know that Does he know that the ISIS has been a proxy for fucking USA, or does he not think that at all?
ISIS is always a proxy for USA, not temporarily. They are always a proxy for America. They only exist for America. They are funded, coordinated, and run by America. And there's American commanders in ISIS.
Look at him making fucking damage. He's making damage. Fucking he's doing a damage fucking factor here on his fucking on his fucking chat. He's like, "Don't you dare vote for don't you vote for Kamala? You vote for Kamala? Don't you dare!" Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He's doing damage.
Propagandist, man. Number fucking one. Fucking
Syrian government killed way more civilians. You could cope all you want. I don't give a fuck.
Why
Barack Obama didn't bomb the Syrian government.
And Kamala's the best. And Kamala's the best candidate. Yeah. Okay.
She is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Is Jill Stein's fucking platform more along the lines of what you would think? Or
wait. Do you guys seriously think that Kamala's gonna lose? Casey, you think that Kamala's gonna lose?
Who cares about that? For a second, does Jill Stein not have more like your platform of like what you think than Kamala?
No, she doesn't. No,
her platform isn't more like what you think.
I know Jill Stein. She's a grifter.
Okay, so she's not more. But is her platform okay? Whatever you want to call her, is her platform not more left than fucking goddamn Kamala?
Okay, here. You know who had the same?
Is her platform more left?
PPG.
You know who had the same? You know
is her platform more along what you think?
Bernie Sanders actually.
Is Bernie
was
Sanders
close
more
to
along the
winning.
lines of what you think?
Bernie Sanders, yes.
Yes, same as Jill Stein. Okay, so that's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Same platform.
Jill Stein isn't there to win. She's
Oh my
using
God,
these issues
dude.
to get you to nubble for the Democrats.
Dude, why are you
She's your
talking like
party.
that, dude? Yeah, sorry, sorry, Tiger
that's
Girl. I'm
true.
sorry to leave you with Tim. I'm sorry, but why are you talking like that? It's just because she's not in it to win. It doesn't. You don't need to be in it to win, dude. The third party thing, and to get a third party going, you have to work and do the grind from the beginning. Just because someone doesn't have a fucking good shot at it, does that mean you fucking tell them they can't fucking go because they're getting in the way of one of your two little evil fucking plan people? Your fucking evil little fucking duopoly there. It's a one duopoly. Think of it as one party, dude. And it's fucking put its boot on your neck, and you're licking the boot of it. Like by fucking telling everybody to fuck off, it's like because they have like 5% of the vote or
Let's
whatever.
get Tim in here, dude. Come on, let's get Tim in here.
Yeah, because you usually believe in what Tim says. You usually fucking agree with him. That's why. You and Tim are not much different.
I want to get Tim in here, dude.
You're the same as Tim. You both have cat pictures for your. I mean, you're both. You're both.
All women shouldn't vote, and they're all whores, and abortion should never be illegal.
I don't see why you're any different than that.
I mean, should be illegal. Sorry.
That's what you said. I know. See, just like
Shiny
Kamala,
true
this is not just like
colours,
Kamala does.
basically.
You divert it all to like some sort of bullshit little social fucking thing. Like Tim doesn't like women fucking voting. Like big distraction for Tim's. But you don't want to fucking say anything about policy because Kamala doesn't have any. And your supposable leftist fucking claim, your like little righteous claim, is ruined once you think about the fact that you won't even vote for the leftist platform. You'll vote for Kamala, who's a neocon bitch who fucking has no policies except for like going with those of not even Joe Biden, but like George Bush fucking Jr. Who fucking Dick Cheney who Dick Cheney fucking endorses. Your fucking candidate is endorsed by Dick Cheney. That should just be a red flag right there. Boom. What the fuck am I doing? Right? You should wake up.
You always repeat your State Department propaganda, though. Always. Fucking always.
Always?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
And it's like any kind of like redemption, or sorry, any kind of like redeeming qualities that you say you have about being a fucking leftist and all that shit is just gone when you fucking are just like, Jill Stein's a bitch grifter. She's trying to grift. It's like,
She's a bitch grifter.
what is she trying to grift about? Is she just trying to ruin it for Kamala? Is that what she's doing? Throwing a rock in her fucking spoke so that Republicans can win?
Yes.
Is that why?
What is the,
so she's
what
really
is
just
the
a Republican.
objective- what is
She's
the
really just a
objective
Republican.
of the
She doesn't believe in
third
any of the
party?
things she wants to believe in. Just anybody who fucking disrupts a duopoly is a fucking grifter, fucking
Let's
like
wait
evil
for the
fucking.
schizo rant. Let's wait for the schizo rant.
What is that a rant or am I saying something?
Tiger, join the call.
What is-
Tiger.
Turbo, what is the objective of the third party? What do they have to reach?
Dude, they're
That's
trying
not
to. You
about theory,
get
though.
what you do as a third party. It's a long road for fucking PPG, but the reason why the third party is to exist is to get rid of this duopoly that is evil fucking oligarchy on your fucking neck, on everyone's neck. They don't care about anyone, dude. So basically, if you're against corporations, you're against all this stuff, you'll go and put your energy into a third party. You put your energy into a third party and ignore the fucking assholes that are in the office because they're going to be in anyways. Trump or Kamala, it doesn't matter. They're going to do the fucking same sort of thing, dude. Shut the fuck up.
It's 3 a.m., dude. It's 3 a.m.
No, PPG, you're not leaving. PPG, you're not leaving.
leaving.
Pussy,
Fucking
PPG, you pussy.
retarded ass ape.
You pussy, you don't even work tomorrow. You don't even work tomorrow. You don't even work tomorrow, you pussy.
You don't have work for tomorrow, PPG.
You don't have work. You pussy.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Casey, what happens to the third party when they reach 5%?
They get money from the government for fucking campaign.
Okay.
Yep, $26 million
That's
bucks.
their objective, right?
Dude,
So then
why
why
wouldn't it
are
be that
they-
objective? Why wouldn't it be?
Okay,
That's what
that's
they
a good objective. That's a good objective. Why are they in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania?
Because they're swing votes.
Okay, why are you there?
The objective is to win, dude. It doesn't matter if you're fucking third party. They want to
No,
get the fucking
okay.
anywhere they can get votes, they'll get them. Their objective is to
listen
win.
to what you
The objective is to win, dude. The objective is to win,
I'm not even
BBG. The
yet.
objective is to get like the fucking 10% or whatever they want to get. That's the objective. You get votes wherever you can get them. What the fuck, dude?
I can, mate. No, I can tell you.
No, man,
And I
I'm
don't
too
even
sleepy
live there.
salty. You don't know anything about American politics, man. These guys,
Okay.
you guys are retarded.
You know what happens if a third party goes in and wins all those swing states? What happens, PPG? No one fucking wins.
You
It
mean
goes to the
okay.
fucking house.
No.
And they have
Yeah.
to vote for a
right.
president in the house.
No. Shh, wait. Let me tell you what
Yes,
happens.
yes.
Really happens, okay?
If they
Hold
get
on,
too
hold on,
many
hold on,
votes, PPG, and
hold
no
on.
one gets to 270, that's what happens, dude.
Okay. what happens is it goes nobody gets to 270, it goes to the House, right?
It goes to the House.
Then it goes to the House.
Then it goes to yes. We all know that. Just shut up. Or you just said that. We all know that. Shut up, PPG. We all know that. So the point of the third party, the point of the third party is to put a fucking is to do anything they can to stick a stick in the spokes, man. That's the whole point.
I'm gonna wait. Then it goes to the states.
We all know this, dude.
Congress sent this. Okay. And who has most state
legislatures? Who cares? That's not their point. The point is not to stop. It's not to stop one person or the other. It's to get as many votes as they can do.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that the Republicans have the most state legislatures.
PPG, go ahead, come here.
You're PPG. You're wrong, man.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Holy shit.
You are wrong. You are wrong.
You have a kind of.
It's the fucking duty of the third party to fucking get as many votes as they can get, man. And the fucking voters in most Michigan states that fucking are mainly Muslim are all for Jill Stein because the fucking goddamn Kamala did. Biden lost their votes. They lost their votes, and they're against a guy that basically made a Muslim ban. And they're not even fucking taking him down. They're taking this bitch down because she's that much worse. She's that much worse, dude. She sucks, dude. She's a bitch. What a fucking hoe bag.
She's worse than Trump. Right? She's
fucking
worse than
bitch.
Trump. That's what Turbo said.
What?
And he spit in the ground.
I didn't really spit, dude. I would never spit on my carpet. Unlike you.
You said you said you're gonna pay somebody if they vote for Jill Stein. How much?
Shut up. Okay, listen. Like I already got to pay you $1,000. So shut the fuck up, dude.
Come on. Okay. All right. No.
Oh no, it'll be 500 if fucking. Wait, it'll only be 500 if fucking if Trump wins.
PPG, so. You're not leaving. You're not leaving, PPG.
Do you leave, PPG?
I'm not leaving.
There's gonna be problems.
I'm gonna be here forever, dude.
There'll be problems.
No, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here.
Oh yeah. So now that he left, this is the PPG anti-PPG fucking. He's a cocksucker campaign fucking staff here. Let's fucking let's fucking get him canceled off a kick. This man's been bugging me for 2 months. He's been trying to fuck me in the ass for 2 months. Here's the DMs.
Did you see how Casey destroyed PPG with survey?
PPG thinks that I said nothing. I just basically fucking talked into the air, and that I was just yelling. And that's what he said. He doesn't listen to anything anybody says. He just thinks you're ranting when you're talking. So he's like, that's what he does. It's like fucking like the A-Team theme going through his head for fucking the whole time. Fucking retarded, man. He repeats like the fucking news, man. He repeats the news because he can't read a book, so he repeats the news. You know?
And then that's a U.S. State Department study that confirms what he's saying. Here's a helicopter, PPG.
Jeopardy, yeah, not the A-Team. Sorry, you're right. Jeopardy. Yeah, that's right. So what? No, he probably has the A-Team going through his head. Fuck off. How does that go again? Yeah, that's right. I remember it now. Never mind. Brain fart. What's up?
Sky, I have a question. What do you think of the country Finland?
Finland is okay, but it's currently like other countries. It's becoming a vassal of America to some extent. They're using less money on social spending and more military spending, which goes to America. You know, the usual.
No, that is sad. Actually, they were badass because they were not part of.
Listen, fucking Tiger, you fucking vote, you little jackass! You dare not vote. That's ridiculous. Don't be an asshole.
And the economy is heading down in Finland. Its economy is intertwined with Russia, which is no longer is. So the usual is going to happen. The economy is going to fall, and the usual GDP on NATO. And there's also NATO bases there, which is going to do more pollution and shit like that. And they're building like some sort of fortifications with Russia just as an excuse to fear the civilians.
Oh no, fucking who gives a fuck about pollution? They just fucking joined NATO. Pollution. They're going to lose 2% of their fucking GDP.
Yeah, exactly.
Year one.
Yep, I know.
They have like 7% forest, right? Yeah.
It might be added. It might be up to 3% actually. What were you saying, Camille?
How long were you on with Tim for?
I'm saying like they have 70% of cover forest area in Finland.
How are you on a loan with Tim for?
Yeah, but all that food was exported to, some of it was exported to Russia. So all that forest area doesn't make any sense now. Just burn it.
I left Tiger Girl alone with fucking Tim last night, fucking on the fucking for an hour. You were in them for an hour. I want to check the VOD out because I had my stream still up, and I went to fucking passed out. It'll have it all on there. I have the VOD of you two talking. For an hour with them. It must have been so awkward. It must have been so awkward. I mean, like they're like, I hate you. No, you hate you too. I hate you too. Oh, I hate you. It's fucking so funny. It's so funny.
What was saying, Kim?
I fucking left her alone with fucking. Sorry,
right?
go ahead.
Poland.
What's up, guys?
Hey, it's another one of these fucking fascists. Let's get them.
Poland has been in that situation for a while, though.
Fascists are based, man. We want fascism. Fascism is what we want.
Oh, here we are.
I'm thinking traveling to Europe, Skate. So I'm thinking like maybe I will move like.
Dude, we need a no nonsense fascist state to get things in line. Like otherwise, we have this homosexual feminist degeneracy. We have a completely lethargic society. We need fascism. That's literally
exactly right. Can I ask you something? What do you think is the problem? Corporations or homosexuals?
Well, the corporations are the ones encouraging homosexuality. So I don't know what you mean by that.
Why can't fascists be gay?
You don't have to say corporations. You can say Jews. You can say Jews. You can say Jews. Hey, Skate, you can say Jews. Skate, you can say Jews. You can say what's the problem? Jews or homosexuality?
Let me ask the fucking question.
Don't beat around the bush, Skate. Don't beat around the bush.
You can just say Jews.
Let me ask the fucking question. Guys, shut up. Okay, fine. So the corporations are the issue. Why are you focusing on homosexuals?
Well, because homosexuality is the greatest tool for dividing society from uniting against the corporations. That really? Is feminism.
What about border security, abortions, or whatever? Doesn't that divide equally?
Everything tied to feminism stops society from uniting against the corporations and all that. Like the most important connection in society is the connection between men and women. When that connection is disrupted with all this bullshit, it's harder for society to unite against the corrupt forces.
The biggest dividing factor in America has been Trump. Wouldn't you agree on that?
No, I wouldn't agree with that at all. Because that's a result. Like the confusion about Trump is a result of people being mentally fucked and confused for so long. Like people, Trump is just basically a scapegoat at this point.
Are you voting for him?
Yes, but that scapegoat is causing division, right? So you have people hating or loving Trump, and that's causing great division as opposed to homosexual.
No. My point is that type of division is irrelevant because Trump, the political figure that is being put into high office, is irrelevant. It doesn't matter whether Trump wins or whether Kamala wins. We need a strong, organized society that actually fights to take power back.
I understand. So maybe we have a problem with defining what division is. So maybe I'll go first and then you go. So I would say the problem with division is that, which is the opposite of being unified, is that they are politically divided. And for instance, the left can say they approve something, and that creates the situation where the right is against it, no matter what it is. COVID is a good example, or Pfizer is a good example. So this is why I'm saying Trump is divisive more than homosexuals, and homosexuals is so little prevalent that it doesn't matter on a big scale as opposed to what Trump is doing.
No. Okay, so I don't think the division Trump is causing matters at all, because the people who are quote unquote divided by Trump are the ones that are too stupid to know what's going on. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether Trump would be in office or not. Even if Trump wasn't in the picture at all, the vast majority of the population would be too stupid to know truth from propaganda anyways.
So you don't think COVID is a good example of where it actually matters? That was something that was on a big, very, very big fucking scale. So how people perceive the COVID vaccines is a left and right issue, and that division was further escalated because of Trump. You don't think that's big?
Wait. So the issue around the COVID vaccine was due to the fact that people are sheep-like and blindly trusting of corporations. I mean, people have always had these debates about vaccine before Trump got in office. The the blind allegiance to vaccines has been an issue in the United States for decades now. Trump didn't really make a difference with that.
Okay, that's fine if you think that.
The COVID vaccines on a different level. I mean, the quote unquote like anti-vaxxers. Like, I think a lot of people that like didn't. I think a lot of people actually had legitimate reasons to like not take the vaccine, although it was sort of being pressed on them by society. Where I think like most of the data for like immunizing your babies or whatever is actually not that
My kids are pure
that
bloods,
legitimate
My
of
kids
an
are pure
argument.
bloods.
Sorry, wait, hold on. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat what you were saying there, Casey?
Yeah, I'm saying that the anti-vaxxers in the Trump era had a much better argument than the traditional sort of anti-vaxxers not wanting to, vaccinate, immunize their babies for like well-proven sort of things.
You mean like the
Trump era
you mean like the regular
anti-vaxxers had
ones,
a
right?
much
Like the
better
fucking
argument.
you mean like the vaccines that you get normally? You mean like people that were doing it before?
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, well, Casey, what I'm saying is that the issues with the COVID vaccine, all the issues with the COVID vaccines have been present with the regular vaccine, and the vast majority of people still blindly followed it. So, I mean, even if they had more of a case, the problems with vaccines have always existed.
Yeah, but they weren't fucking doing. They weren't doing the when you got to the RNA shit, like the mRNA shit, like they did have something to do with your replicating cells and things. It's way more of a dangerous territory. It's much more of a different fucking sort of unknown fucking.
Like we're talking about an untested,
it's unknown,
unproven. They won't release the data. Moreover, there's if when you're in your 20s, there's no reason why you should take it. But meanwhile, I couldn't go into the club without showing an ID. That
they're like mandatory. Fucking, they're bullshit.
That is
something else. Okay, let me just respond. Well, let me just respond to Casey. Then you can say. Let me just respond. Then you can talk. Let me just respond real fast. Then you can say. I just want to say that yeah, sure. It's true that the COVID vaccine had mRNA issues and it was quote unquote untested and all that. But still, if we had a rational, logical society that actually didn't show these blind trust to corporations, people would take just as much issue with the fact that vaccines were full of mercury and aluminum and fucking foreign DNA, and we would see kids develop brain damage and encephalitis right after taking them. So I mean, like with certain people, they're always gonna follow no matter what, no matter how bad the territory is, no matter how bad the case is against, they will blindly follow shit.
It's my turn. So actually what we're talking about is the scale of division, right? That's the scale of division. And the scale of division we got in COVID was enormous. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you had people who was anti-vax, and that created the scenario that people was extremely pro-vax regardless of what. So the left, because the right was anti-vax, they became super pro-vax and super pro-Pfizer, and they forgot all about being anti-pharma and all that. So there's a huge difference in the scale of division in that instance.
Well, I just don't think it's that much difference, because the only reason why there was a huge divide wasn't necessarily because of Trump, but it was the fact that there was a scamdemic. There was all this news coverage pumping fear into people about a fake pandemic.
Let me say why it's Trump. Because the market crowd is the one that is which is the divide. That is something that Trump created way earlier. It's not that Trump was anti-vax. It's the fact that his crowd was, and that has become something that the left hates. They hate the markets and they hate Trump. That's why they were so inclined to do whatever oppose whatever they are. So the Trump divide is there, even though what he says isn't there.
No. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think people were against quote unquote anti-vaxxers because a lot of them were pro-Trump. People have been against vaccine truthers. Let's call them vaccine truthers instead of anti-vaxxers. But people have been against vaccine truthers for decades. And I've experienced this. I would get in debates with people online about vaccine truth all the time, way before the pandemic. It's been shown to me that this hate, this blind allegiance, and this
but the vaccines.
This issue with vaccine has always existed.
The vaccines that are like given to the kids, like the vaccine for decades and decades, it has a lot more fucking benefits than it does have its risks for sure. And they tell you that. But I mean, when I took my kids to go get immunized, they told us the risks. The risks are always there with vaccines, and that's the thing about the fucking COVID thing is that basically they said there was no risks. It was like a total lie because there's always a risk to vaccines. Like they were saying, like that. That's why the immunologists and everything were going like, oh my god, this is a red flag because there's fucking. They're saying there's
Trevor, the
COVID
efficacy. Hang on. The COVID efficacy is below 1%. Turbo. It's not effective whatsoever. The Chinese vaccines are 70%, but the Western mRNA vaccines are below 1% efficacy. But
I know, but I'm talking about risk factor. You know, like the first factor was
okay. What I want to ask you next.
But wait. My point was that the first vaccine, the vaccines like the measles vaccine and all those vaccines, those are necessary. That's why we don't have those fucking things rapidly fucking killing us, which we did before. You know, they do serve a purpose.
None of that's true, though.
It is so.
No, actually, none of that. None of that's true. None of that's actually true. That's what they say to sell you on the measles vaccines. But
why do they want you to have the measles vaccines? Why do they want you to have the measles vaccine next?
Measles, mate.
No, the real reason why they want people to get the measles vaccines is because the vaccines are full of neurotoxins. So if you go and get your kids injected with the measles vaccines, you're just pumping them full of aluminum and foreign DNA.
And what's the point?
And all sorts of other fucking.
What's the benefit?
The benefit is it dumbs people down. That's the benefit. It's you're really just injecting people. They're tricking people into injecting themselves with neurotoxins. So no, I would
vague reason. That's a vague reason, dude.
But how's that? What do you mean? How's that vague?
Why do they want to dumb us down again?
I want to ask you.
Easier to control. Dumber people are easier to control.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah, but you can always get done. Just take an mRNA shot.
Well, it's funny because I know a lady that didn't get her fucking kids vaccinated, and one of them died, the measles.
Okay.
I mean,
why is homosexuality divisive? And there's so little homosexuals. So why is it so divisive compared to anything else?
Well, I would say it's really can be described as a mental illness, and it's divisive because it ruptures the connection between men and women, and it ruptures the connection between masculinity and femininity.
But where's the scale, X? Where's the scale?
No, it's actually I think it's actually a much bigger issue than you would think, because the vast majority of women in our society, at least in the liberal parts of the West where I live, engage in some sort of homosexual behavior. Like if you were to ask the vast majority of women out here, no, it's not based, it's degenerate, it's destructive. But if you were to ask, like out here, I would estimate that it's you would find about maybe 80% of women in at least California, where I live, have engaged in some sort of homosexual behavior, maybe 85%. So that's pretty high. That's like the vast majority of women.
Yeah, but if you talk about the LGBTQ movement, it's like 1% of the population or something. The scale is factual so small that I can't see why you say it's divisive. So
wait a minute. I'm not talking about the movement. I'm not talking about the movement.
Let me just finish. That's fine. If you go to any country 20 years ago, I think you would get the same sort of a response to a question like what you were asking women. How did you have an intimate relationship with another woman? Well, they would say yes, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily gay. So I don't think that's like a big change.
Wait, no, hold on. First off, there's no such thing as a quote unquote gay woman. All right, they're all bisexual. Some of them are just too ugly to get men, and they just don't feel feminine enough. But the vast majority of women are bisexual, and I'm talking about the behavior. Hold on. Say what you said again. Like you said, this rate of 85% of women engaging in homosexuality is the same. It's not.
I think you said that in California, 80% of women had another relationship with another woman, right?
Yeah, 85% maybe.
Yeah, that's awesome. Should be more.
What did you say? What did you say? Salty.
And you think? Hang on, Salty just has his opinion, but we can't really talk about that, so let's just ignore it. So he thinks it's awesome. Great. Right. So
this is what I mean, man. Men cheer that shit on. It's so fucking stupid how y'all do that. Like you're literally, it's like men are cheering on the destruction of their own society when they support lesbians.
Nah, mate, I'm taking the piss. I'm just taking the piss. It's all right.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
But why do you think that is divisive? Where can we see that being reflected in reality?
It's divisive because when women are banging each other, that means they're not looking to find their husbands. They're not looking to get married to men. If women,
But they could be doing both. Why do we see this in reality?
No. You can't. If women are getting their sexual stimulation from other women, they're less going to be less motivated to use that energy to find husbands and pair bond with men.
Fine.
So that's just obvious.
But you think that's a real problem in society?
Yeah.
So I think Casey,
absolutely. We have like a male suicide epidemic, male loneliness epidemic. Like we have a huge population of disenfranchised men.
But I don't think the women's gayness is the core reason. But I acknowledge that.
I actually think it's the biggest reason for sure, because it's not just first off, it's not like lesbianism is part of it. The female homosexuality is part of it, but it's also how so many women have been indoctrinated into these narcissistic belief systems that they've picked up from their television programming. Like it's actually tough to find sane women that are like had good upbringings and have a sense of morality without just being like narcissistic and greedy and trying to be gold diggers or being pleasant. Like I think that women in general being taught to be immoral and perverted and sexually degenerate.
Yeah, Tiger Gargle's right. She said that men are just more or less fuckable now. She said.
That's probably right. I would tend to blame the successive waves of this so-called feminism than anything to do with...
Rack it up just them being bitches.
I don't think. Well, so here's the thing. I have heard women say that, and like that obviously might be the other side of the issue, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I mean, maybe in some ways men are less fuckable.
Fucking lesbians
maybe men in general are less confident. All that.
Fucking lesbians need to start having babies.
How do you prove lesbians? What you're describing is on a big scale. How do you prove that?
How do I prove what?
How do you prove what you're saying is happening, and it's happening on a big scale?
We can look at the marriage rates for one. We can look at the birth rates. We can look at the marriage rates. We can look at the rates of heterosexual relationships.
Let me stop you right there. So there could be 1,000 reasons for that. For instance,
I know.
How children are brought up. So we need to be very direct. How do we associate that with what you're saying? Because it could be purely how children are being overprotected when they're being brought up, which is probably the real reason.
I think more about the economics. So guys aren't set up as early in life as they used to be. They have the job, but they
stop animal torture.
When guys are still living like with their parents and shit, like they date less. They don't feel as confident in and meanwhile like college is like 65% women or whatever, and women who are going to college don't want some loser is not going to college. Rip. These are things that are like for young men, like a serious. I think the serious problem is more about economics.
That's part of it, but it's also the fact that the vast majority of women in general are being conditioned to not want to prioritize being wives and having kids in the first place.
That's your opinion, but now you need to prove it. We know your
it's not an opinion
now
at all.
You're proving it.
I can push back on
prove
this quite easily, mate.
Yeah.
No, I can do this in 15 seconds, mate. Two-income family, right? That's 2 seconds. Two-income family.
Right. Well,
that's
hold on.
Most of it, right? And feminism started that shit. And you blokes can go on your fucking little communist fucking rant and blame capitalism for all that shit too, right? You can
No, we don't. That's bullshit.
It was
no. I said you could.
Yeah, we could.
Communism really started that shit because it all came from Jewish people. But here's the thing. I don't know why you're saying I need to prove this when we can. I mean, because like you can look at all the garbage that the media outlets are pushing. We can look at the messages that are being tailored to women through their television shows, through their magazines, through the female the magazines. Yeah, they essentially They scare the shit. They
Everything
intentionally
to lesser
put material out there. Yeah, they intentionally put material out there to scare the shit out of women. They say like, "Oh, you have to have a backup plan because if your husband leaves you, you'll be alone. This man beat his wife. You should be scared of getting beat by your husband. Like women have always been so oppressed. If you live in a patriarchy, which is a bullshit thing that doesn't really exist.
That's true.
You can look yourself, Skade, and see all the bullshit propaganda that has been pushed out to women, and all you have to do is apply a little bit of critical thinking and think about the emotional response it will generate in a woman, because everything all the stuff that's being put out there is designed to generate fear in a woman about being mothers, being wives, and having kids. You just have to critically think a little bit.
I get it, but not prove the scale. Not prove the scale of it. How many is affected?
Well, if we look at the television shows that are airing this bullshit, and we can think about the millions of women that it's reached, I mean, I don't know what you like. What exactly are you looking for? All we have to do is look at the reach of these propaganda.
Yeah, but you're not proving anything. You're just saying, look at this. This is a problem. Here's a problem. You're just pointing out problems, though. You're just like, this is a problem. This is a problem. But you're not really saying that you can't find the conclusion or the actual proof of it, right?
Association. How do you know the scale of it?
Dude, I'm just asking. Like, I think I've made my case thoroughly. Like, you're just asking for specifics that I don't have.
You can point out a lot of things in something that are like look suspicious, or things that look like they're like, this is wrong, and don't you see this? But it doesn't mean that this conspiracy is true because of the fact that there's like these things that could be misleading, or whatever. You haven't gone down the road and sort of made them all line up. You know what I mean? You haven't wait. You haven't shown how they conclude to make to the point where to make your point. Like you've just sort of like said, you pointed out a bunch of suspicious stuff. You pointed out a bunch of suspicious stuff. Yes, I agree with all these things that are definitely like maybe harmful, and all these things are possibilities that could be very much so problems. But then you really haven't pointed out the problems affect anybody and how it concludes to your sort of your claim, right?
I said how it affects people. No, I said exactly how it affects people. What do you mean? If you pump out fear messages to millions of women, that's going to generate fear in millions of women. It's like 1 + 1 is 2. I don't know what you're meaning by that.
I think it's mostly empowerment, not fear. It's mostly like you can choose. They do both. That you're expected
they do that too.
You weren't. When you say fear, I mean I don't even understand the conspiracy or whatever. I don't. Then you got to explain that. I think it's just the direction that society is going, because 50 years ago, women, had a hard time getting a bank account without a husband. 50 years ago, let's say 60 years ago, this is just the direction that society is going. I don't think it's a grand.
Yeah, but Casey X thinks that women shouldn't have a bank account. X doesn't think women should have a bank account or should vote. Really, that's the thing.
No. I think women should have bank accounts, and they should be able to vote. I think they should for sure.
Let me ask you.
But it is definitely a grand conspiracy. Without question.
What's up? So you're saying this is happening. It's affecting people because they're exposed to it, but we don't know the rate of exposure and what it concludes to. So you just think it's happening.
Wait a minute,
and then you stop.
Wait a minute, Skate. I already told you that these outlets pushing these propaganda messages clearly are reaching millions of people, because we've seen their reach on television. We've seen their reach through celebrities.
Taylor Swift.
Why are you saying we don't know the reach? We do know the reach.
Taylor Swift is poor.
Okay, let me repeat. We don't know how big a percentage of those are affected. So if I put out an advertisement to 1 million people, only a certain amount of them will actually take it on.
Okay.
So that's the effectiveness of it. Okay. So and also once they have been actually
the girls in here are saying that you're definitely projecting. X. You're probably a closet homo.
So you have a certain percentage of the reach that is affected, right? And then the following is...
Yeah, girls don't like hearing the truth sometimes, man. It's rare to find women that can hear the truth.
What does the effect actually cause? So let's suppose that 1% is affected. And then of the affected, what happens to those people?
Okay. No, so here's a test. Here's a test. I believe, like, out of the millions of women that are affected by this propaganda, I believe the overwhelming majority of them uncritically eat up the propaganda messages.
Why?
Without. Well, I'll explain why if you give me a second. And you guys can think about the vast majority of women you've encountered, and you can see how many have fit the pattern of being who have shown signs of indoctrination, and you can extrapolate that pattern out to the general population. So you can think of your own experience. Because we don't. Yeah, no shit, it's anecdotal because we don't have access to the information, so we have to go off anecdotal. Unless you have millions of dollars, unless you have thousands of dollars to fund a study yourself, Skade, we're going off. We're going off with anecdotal experience.
Who are you including? Who are you including into the indoctrinated? What things are we looking for?
So okay, well, so we look at the messages. We look at the messages that are being promoted to women, and then just think of your own personal experience. How many women have adopted that propaganda, that message from the propaganda? Well, we can think of a million different ones. Like, think about how many women love to call themselves "quote unquote" independent. Like nowadays, if you ask like 100 women, like, oh, is it good for women to be independent? Do men like independent women or anything along those lines? You'll find the vast majority, the overwhelming majority of women will say, oh yeah, men love independent women. Like, it's so great, I'm independent.
They do.
Like, yeah, exactly.
They just want to be independent.
What's wrong with that? That's a good quality, man.
No. The point is that this idea of quote unquote independent woman was intentionally generated by the propaganda apparatus I'm talking about. They want women to adopt that belief.
What about capable women? You guys are just saying, women. What about women that are capable?
Well, capable's more acceptable. Capable.
I don't mean independent isn't like independent by themselves. I mean like able to be like. If they're able to do, they can do shit, right? So I mean, like, if you teamed up with someone like that and you married someone like that could do shit, then basically you got like a better team than if you didn't, right?
Yeah,
right.
Of course, yeah. Well, people like capable women, but the idea behind independence is women that don't need a man.
No, that's not necessarily what that means, though. When I think of independent woman, I think of like capable, like they could do it on their own.
No, I know, but no shit. I know how you think about it, Turbo. I'm saying the message that the propaganda apparatus has tried to put out there, and you can find plenty of celebrities that have associated the idea of independence with not needing a man. And you'll find plenty of cases of female celebrities.
Well, rich people don't need anything, right? The rich people can do whatever they want.
That's not the point. That's not the point. We're
talking about women. Hollywood puts that out because it's like really, come on, like what the fuck?
X, can I ask you something? X, let me ask you something. So you're saying there is no.
I'm saying hang on. You can extrapolate.
Hang on. Yeah, that's fine. So you're saying there is no survey or data to support what you're saying. In other words, you're thinking this because of your anecdotal experience. Okay. So, but what you could do then?
Well, there has been some surveys as well. I just don't have.
Hang on, X. Only to interrupt. Hang on. So, what you could do is you could take a country that has the issues you're describing, that doesn't have the other issues. For instance, over parenting. And then you could compare the two and see if there is some sort of coalescence.
Wait. What? Sorry. What does overparenting have to do with this?
Because overparenting is part of the problem, and also the economy is part of the problem. Everything is part of the problem. Whenever you have a certain...
I didn't say that. I didn't say there are other problems associated.
Hang on. So whenever you have a certain symptom, it can be of thousand causes, and you need to pinpoint what is the most influential cause of it. So it's not only homosexuals that is a cause. It's a part of the problem, but it's also overparenting. It's a thousand things, right? You need to prove what is the biggest factor. So it's not only homosexuals that is the problem, even though it could be. We need to prove it, right?
Well, I would say homosexuality is actually a result. I wouldn't say it's part of the problem, but it's more of a result of feminism. Female homosexuality.
Spot on, mate. No, he's fucking right.
Of course you like. Of course you think he's right, Paul. Of course you do. We know that. We know what you think.
I'm not saying he's not right. So what I'm trying to tell you, X, is that you take a country that also is promoting feminism, but doesn't have overparenting, and then you compare the two, so you have some sort of data.
I mean, I'm pretty solid in my conclusion. I don't know why you're not. Like, to me, you're asking for extra verification that the sky is blue. You're asking me for extra verification that 1 + 1 is 2. Can you add 1 + 1 is 2, man?
That's fine, X. So the reason why you are overconfident is because you over-rely on your anecdotal experience. And you're ignoring everything else. So you are hyper-focusing on one thing. Hang on. You're hyper-focusing on one thing and ignoring everything else. That's also why you keep talking about the Jews and this other thing, and that clouds your judgment. That's why
I can do simple deductions. I can simply observe the world I live in, and I can deduce, and I can make inferences, and I can make connections between what I see. I don't need a third party. I don't need a third party to stamp my reality for me. I don't need anybody else to verify what I know to be true. I'm able to observe, and I'm able to calculate with my own mind. I don't need someone else to do it for me. That's the difference between me and you, Skid.
That's fine. Hang on. That's because you're all relying on your own experience, and you're thinking you're always right. No one is always right.
I'm relying on my own intelligence.
Hang on. Everyone is always wrong, and it's been proven. When we go back and remember something, we change the reality. Whenever time we go and fetch something in our memory, we change that reality, and everyone has a bias. Everyone.
No, of course. But this is. I'm wrong on something. It's just not this.
Hang on. That's why we need third-party verification. It's quite normal. It's not about being intelligent or not. If you were intelligent, you would realize your own flaws, but you sound very unintelligent when you're always relying on this.
No, this is not something that needs extra verification. I mean, I've already seen plenty of surveys that have discussed this. I've already seen plenty of data points that show why this is a problem. I'm not so unsure of myself and unsure of my own intelligence, my own ability to assess reality, that I need some authority figure to confirm my beliefs for me. I'm able to look at the blue sky and say the sky is clearly blue today. It's not that hard to do. And I'm able to do. Hold on, let me just finish this. I'm able to do the simple math. I'm able to do the simple math where if the television is feeding a propaganda slogan to millions of women for decades on decades, and then I see women repeating that slogan, I'm able to add 1 + 1 is 2 and understand they're doing that because the television told them to do it. It's not fucking rocket science. The television puts out a message. Millions of women repeat it. What the fuck? What the fuck is so hard to understand about that?
Yeah. Stop talking. We know what you're going to say. You can stop halfway through because your conversation could be half of what you're saying. Just say your argument and stop talking. Okay? So
what do you mean? I made my argument quite clear. I just have to elaborate on it.
But your talk is over padding. You have so much padding in when you talk. It's impossible for a conversation.
How is it padding?
Because
what do you mean?
Just cut it to 50. You can cut it. You could cut what you're saying to 50%, and the message would be conveyed, and I could understand it.
I was scared. I've had to repeat myself like 50 different ways, and you're still not getting it, man. I'm doing this because you're not understanding.
Let me explain something. Before today, you were saying that you had a propaganda outlet that reaches X amount of people, but you never considered how many of them is affected. That was something you just said after I pointed out to you. That's how.
I had considered that. I had considered that. I had considered that because I'm able to see how many women in general are repeating the message of the propaganda outlet. And I've seen there have been surveys that have shown this as well. If you're unable to believe what's in front of your own eyes, you can rely on a third party to give you a survey. Yeah, but I don't necessarily need that. I don't necessarily need that because I'm able to look at. Let me just fucking finish what I'm saying.
No.
I'm able to actually see.
Yeah, that's 50%. That's 50%.
What do you mean that's 50? What's 50? What are you talking about?
You got the point. You got the point already. You can stop there. So what I'm saying is, you don't. So when you rely on your anecdotal experience, that's such a small sample size that is irrelevant. That's why you need survey.
It's data. Enough, man. It's decades of experience.
Hang on.
I don't think it's significant at all.
Hang on. Can you give us that survey data?
If I have time to find it, yes. I mean, like there's a bunch of surveys I have to Google and look them up. They're not well publicized. They're out there, but like I said, Skate, you should be able to think about the woman you've interacted with throughout your fucking 40 years of life, or however long you've been observant, and think about the general patterns you see. I'm gonna bet that you guys can go ask, here's the thing, go ask millions of women. Go ask women in general if they need men. Go ask in general.
That's 50.
No. Here's an interesting social experiment.
The whole point is that we shouldn't get them into a position where they need us. which they should want us because the fact that they want a man, not need one, right?
No, that's
point.
naive. No, see, that's the problem. No, that's naive. No, it's
No,
very naive because
I know this for instance because like in Islam, often like these people that like they're like how they get a wife or whatever, and they're like, no, we don't want to bring her over to the West because then she could take off. Like they think like, oh my God, she's gonna be like, and there's nothing we can do there. There's no laws there that we can keep her where we want her, and it's like they have these fears. It's like, whoa, dude, like what makes you think she'd want to leave? But why do you think? I wonder why, right?
No. Well, no. That's actually a valid fear that the Islamists have because here in the West,
really
women
valid,
are taught to basically.
It's kind of like if your woman wants to leave you, there's a reason for it. You're probably mistreating her, I would guess.
No. Turbo. You're right. That could be one reason, but the other reason could be that the woman is brought into these peer groups of other women that are narcissistic. They're man haters. They're feminists and lesbians, and you could treat your woman perfectly fine. You could be the best man to your woman, but if your woman is all of a sudden thrown in a peer group with a bunch of like brainwashed narcissists and lesbos, she's gonna pick up those tendencies from those other women, and she'll take that out on you,
man.
no matter what.
You have no confidence in yourself. I mean, if that happens, I mean, that's just someone's just going to lose out. They're going to realize, oh shit, I made a mistake.
No. This has nothing. This has nothing to do with me personally. This has to do with the fact that the vast majority of women out there do not have the strength of character to be able to hold morality when they're in a peer group of immoral women. I might be
guys. What about guys that are all fucking like fuck bitches? Fuck this fucking thing. These little guys that get together and do all that shit. Like that's pressure. That's peer pressure.
Yes. Oh yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. So we can do whataboutisms, and that's fine. Like it's
not whataboutisms. I'm just saying that shouldn't have to do whataboutism. But the women don't get to worry about that, though, right? They don't get to worry about guys going around and just getting driven the wrong way or getting influenced by anything. It's just
no. I think that's also a fair worry too. I think no, I don't think it's acceptable for men either. I think men in general should be encouraged to have morality, and women in general should be encouraged to have morality. I think it goes both ways. But the problem we're facing in this society is that immorality in women is encouraged and celebrated far more than it is with men. With men, if a man publicly brags about cheating on his wife or whatever, like most men are going to say like, dude, you shouldn't do that. But with women, like they'll justify just about anything with like, oh yeah, he wasn't treating you right, so you cheated on him, blah blah blah. It's a completely different mentality between men and women.
Hang on.
And right,
so you were saying that 50%. You were saying that I should also be able to compare my 40 years of life experience, right? Let's suppose you have an anecdotal experience and you are 30 something, and someone who is twice your age has a completely different life experience than you, then you would say, yeah, he's just dumb, wouldn't you?
Well, I would say that generally people who are older, like, and I've discussed this with older men as well, who grew up in,
talking with older men,
I guess the fucking boomer generation. I mean, just people older in age who grew up with a different generation of women, so their experience was different because their generation of women were more moral. They weren't. Their generation of women wasn't as indoctrinated into feminism and all the bullshit. So we have seen the behavior of women change by generation.
But I would say,
I would say there are. Well, the behavior of men has changed as well. Sure, yeah. I mean, like,
so more like they're less fuckable, more pussy going on, more bullshit, more fucking little losers. Pretty much. I hear you.
This experience of yours, is this something you have on YouTube or in person? Because how many women have you talked to in person as opposed to just watching online videos? Where do you get this experience of yours?
So I've talked to a fair amount of women in person throughout my whole life, and I've talked to a fair amount of women online.
Is it 100? Is it 1,000? Is it 100? Is it 1,000? I mean, how many? It can't be that many, right? It could be a few hundred, maybe 1,000 at max, right?
I mean, including in person, online.
Hold on. No. So I'm willing to buy the premise that like women are more independent today, and also are feel more free to like experiment with their sexuality than they were in the past. I don't think that they're more gay now. I think they're just more willingness to be experimental. And the stats you said earlier,
that's the same thing. That's the same thing.
But
okay, sir.
But I don't see none of this is I don't see any of this as a problem, especially it was like if you think like the society is worse off if women are more independent, because that's what I think I'm hearing, and I'm saying one, I don't think it is, and two, I don't care if it is, because women should have the right and freedom and should feel that it's
a little
their
naive.
choice to live their life how they want to.
Let him talk.
Okay,
How is that naive?
I'll explain. I'll explain.
This
what
white knighting is fucking sickening.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No. Here's why it's naive. We as a society need to structure and encourage people to function in ways that's going to guarantee our society's survival. Like this, and this whole idea of
all this
women
population worry, man. All this worry about population. It's so weird.
Turbo. Let me just fucking finish what I'm saying, because I want to respond to Casey here. And we need to encourage people to behave responsibly in ways that are going to encourage and allow our society to continue to survive. And what people fail to acknowledge when they make statements like this of like, "Oh, women should just be able to do whatever they want and be free," they fail to acknowledge they fail to acknowledge that men have a responsibility to society, and women have a responsibility to society. Women are not free agents to just be hedonistic degenerates that run around fucking dildoing each other, just like going to endless parties. Women actually have a job to do for society. They have a job, and if they don't do it, our society collapses. So every time people like you just say, "Oh, women should just be able to do whatever the fuck they want," you're not acknowledging the fact that women have a role.
There's not going to be a problem with it. Too many of them don't have kids, so that the fucking we all die. There's people. Women are always going to have children. It's not the fucking. What do you mean? Like,
No. It's not just that. It's not just the role. They don't just have the role of just having children. That's actually like the bare minimum of their role. But the role, basically, throughout most of Western civilization, or most of, I guess, European civilization, people have understood that men are generally the builders of society. They have the role of protecting, maintaining, and conquering society, and women generally are the ones who maintain society and keep society cohesive. They generally were the ones who would bring morality to society, because women domestically bring peace to society. They help raise the next generation, and they provide like a crucial, female perspective.
They can do that without any freaking rules that you give them. They could probably just do that fine.
No. Hold on. Part of that is getting married and having a husband. That's important for them to do. That's basically a job for them to do, because if they don't do it, society collapses. Part of that is raising kids, because if they don't raise the next generation, raise them in a moral, responsible way, they're going to be degenerate. And part of that is
so 12 years. That's 12 years. That's like a 12-year window where you have the kids that where they need you completely as a mother. Then you have what are they supposed to do then?
But that's also reframing from encouraging lust and degenerate immoral behaviors like whoring themselves out, becoming prostitutes, being narcissistic, being rude, and just like being just burdens in society. Like if we look at how much revenue OnlyFans generated. I saw a post that said it generated like billions in revenue, more than the fucking, more than the NBA. That's right. You know it. You know Jews own it. But the point is that it shows how, rather than being moral and doing their job and getting married and having kids, more and more women are turning away from that responsible lifestyle to basically whore themselves out.
Are they though? To the point where it's so bad
destroy society by encouraging it.
Is it rampant? Is it just whoring rampantly? Or is it being so hard that like, what's happening to it because of it? What the whoring and the dildoing? What's that causing?
It's in general, it's encouraging degeneracy among women, where women aren't seeking to get married and have kids because they see other women adopting this lifestyle.
Because they don't like the way that maybe because men are stupid. Maybe the men are being stupider. Maybe the men are being annoying and being more stupid. Maybe the men are getting dumber and the men are getting more pathetic. Maybe
do we have some sort of studies?
Is that a justification?
Could be.
Like, is that a justification?
Could be. Maybe they don't want to be fucking hook up and dumb.
No, it's not.
fucking
X, do you have some sort of study that says that?
Turbo.
Hang on,
Turbo.
hang on,
Even if
hang
you're
on,
right on
hang
that, no,
on,
I just want to
hang on.
respond to Turbo real fast. Even if you're right about that, man, that's not a justification. Like if the men are getting dumber, that's not an excuse to encourage the women to pour themselves out.
Does the dildos threaten your like? Did they threaten you? Like the dildo could be better than your dick? Is that the thing?
Yes.
Is that the
But X, do you have some sort of study that says women who goes out and does these things you're saying
Could go
also
robot, never go back?
doesn't go out? Hang on. They don't go out and have a family afterwards. Do we have some sort of data to support what you're saying, where there's actually no family
What the
being
fuck, mate? You're
created?
sounding like fucking TV skate. Seriously. Where's your data? Where's your fucking data?
Yeah, but Salty, we need to see the scale of his issue.
Fucking argument and work it out in your own head, mate.
Salty, shut the fuck up. Salty, shut the fuck up. We're talking about the scale of division. He pointed to homosexuality, said there was bigger division than COVID. We know the scale of COVID, how much division that is. Now he's saying this is causing bigger division. So we want to prove the scale of it. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm not saying that, Salty. But how big is the issue?
We're having a really good conversation about fucking immunisation, right? And then you were the one that fucking boarded on the homosexuality, mate. You can go back and have a fucking look.
Let me repeat. We're talking about division, and he said there was a bigger division with homosexuality. This is why I'm trying to point out how big is the fucking issue. He's saying it's happening. I'm not saying it's not happening, but how big is the fucking scale of it?
And so here's the thing. All we can do, because you're not going to find a study that shows this exact data. You have to. This is a case where you have to be able to understand the mental process that a woman will go through when she's whoring herself out versus getting married.
Well, it's not about
in general.
Because you did jump from like gay is the problem to like basically feminism or women having rights feminism. Is the problem. It's
generally
what they want is the freedom.
I would say the issue isn't that they have the freedom. The issue is that they're irresponsible. That's what I would say. Like, because here's the thing: everybody can have freedom to be a degenerate. That doesn't mean they should be degenerates. Just because people have freedom to do whatever the heck they want doesn't mean they should do whatever the heck they want.
So your solution is for them not to have the freedom to do that, right?
No.
Because you can't change their choices individually.
You absolutely can. You can. The only reason women are making these choices is because they're being programmed to make these choices. They're being taught by their celebrities. They're being taught by the television networks. They're being taught by their lack of family guidance. They're being taught by their whatever propaganda apparatus is influencing their peer groups is teaching women to act this way. So you don't need to necessarily take away people's freedoms. You have to have a system of indoctrination that teaches them the right way to act instead of the wrong way to act. And right now we have the opposite. We have a system of indoctrination that's teaching women to behave in these immoral, degenerate ways.
Okay, but so going back to like the core thing you have is it always go back to just the birth rate thing because birth rate, the fertility rate is still pretty high and it's never going to be it's not really going to be a problem in the U.S. like within.
Are we not at replacement rate? Aren't we way below replacement rate?
Way below.
No, we're still
way below. Most Western countries are below replacement rate.
Yeah, I think you're way mistaken on that, Casey. I think
that's infertility.
Japan is
but
most other countries
turmoil right now.
Japan is declining, but Norway with their internal
not declining, mate. No, they're having a really hard time because their age population is outnumbering fucking working people now.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we are way below replacement rate, and right now the solution that's being suggested to our woman, so our woman being irresponsible and degenerate is the problem that has caused this low birth rate, and the solution that's being suggested.
How about the economy? I would say the economy is more or less caused. I think the economy much more than that. I think the economy has caused the low birth rate. Hold on. I think the fucking economy has caused the low birth rate completely and utterly. I don't think people think that they can have kids, or they're not. I don't think that they're confident they can even have kids because they're not going to be able to live to support those kids, and I think that's a main fucking issue. If people don't think they're ready to have kids, they're not able to have kids.
A lot of women are choosing not to have kids. I
think that's because both the men and the women of that era, of that age group, are basically saying there's nothing. We're not going to be able to get a home. We're not going to be able to be stable. We're not going to have kids, right? That's the whole point. It's the economy.
No, that's not right.
Yes, it is.
No, the issue is that women are taught to not prioritize that, and a lot of them, in general, a lot of them actually have the resources to be able to have kids, but they're taught to prioritize, doing things like traveling, doing things like being materialistic, trying to live these expensive lifestyles.
Makes a good point there. Turbo
the economy is a factor. I'm not saying that it's not a factor. It obviously is a factor. I'm saying that mindset is a bigger factor.
That's fine. So there's many factors that causes that to be less birth rates, right? So if we want to pin down what is the biggest factor, is it infertility? Is it lesbians or feminism? Or is it the economy? How do we know this?
I mean,
easy, simple, 2-family income. What I said right at the fucking start.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Everyone stopped having children.
So here's the thing. All three issues need to be tackled. Need to be tackled, and they all need to be handled. And feminism is I don't even see the reason of discussing which issue is more prevalent. Feminism is one that can be taken on just by simply discussing and spreading awareness about the topic. And of course, we should also work on improving the economy and all that. But at the end of the discussion, it needs to come down to a shift in mindset.
We're trying to figure out, the original conversation was what is more divisive. That's what we talked about. And then you say this thing was more divisive, which is why I was trying to pin you on the scale so we can figure out how big impact is it actually. Surely poverty has a bigger impact than anything, right? When it comes to scale of stuff. So you're saying now homosexuality was very, very divisive.
It's a little different. I would say feminism is the most divisive, and homosexuality is like a result of feminism. But yeah, female homosexuality is definitely a huge divisive issue with in our country for sure. But I was saying something. I was saying
How about
something.
Short haircuts on women? That's probably another problem.
Before
short haircuts on women. They suck, don't they? Don't they suck? I hate short hair. I hate fucking bitches with short hair.
Yep,
I can't stand that shit.
Yeah.
But the point is, I was making before is that women definitely need to be taught to have a sense of morality and social duty. This whole idea of just saying, "Oh, everyone should have freedom to do whatever they want," is silly. What was that?
So
keep using the word morality.
Morality.
Like
it's subjective. Morality is subjective.
I know. I would say morality is not subjective. Morality is making the best decision.
Is morality making lesbians have babies? Is morality making lesbians have babies? Is morality making lesbians have babies? Morality?
Okay, so morality is teaching women not to be lesbians, to choose to have babies on their own. That is morality. Because you're doing something that mathematically is best for your society. You're doing something that mathematically and objectively is
outside and go pick up garbage on the street. You should do that every fucking night because that's what's the best for the society. Why aren't you doing that?
Well, people should pick up garbage. I'm not opposed to picking up garbage.
Why aren't you doing that, motherfucker?
I pick up garbage when I see it. Yeah, it's kind of
what I'm doing. Yeah,
but you failed if you tried to make a point, you failed because people obviously should pick up garbage every chance they get.
I'm saying
so I don't know what you're trying to say.
Doing that, you said that what morality is with people doing what's best for society. But I'm willing to bet that you do the most things that you do is spend your time on isn't quote best for society. And in fact, your free time, I'm sure, could be spent doing a lot of like community shit or whatever, and you're saying that women should need to like fucking spend all of their fucking days fucking raising children, not because they want to, but because that's what's best for society. So why don't you go fucking pick up some fucking garbage, motherfucker?
Okay, so that's a real stupid argument because obviously people should pick up garbage. We shouldn't litter. We shouldn't.
Are you going to admit that you don't pick up enough garbage? Are you going to admit that you don't pick up garbage? I think you should pick up more garbage.
I have a question.
I mean, I think I pick up garbage every fucking chance I get.
I don't believe you.
And I don't litter either.
I don't believe you.
The point is this is a failure. That shows the kind of lack of.
The thing about this X, it all sounds good. It all sounds good on paper. Like it all sounds good. Like this makes sense and all this shit. I just know women. I just know a couple of women that would just like they would just scoff and laugh at your ass because they're so much smarter and so much more capable than you. And it's like, what do you do with them? What do you do with those people? Like that just could like basically just in every way run circles around you, like brain-wise, fucking physically, whatever it is. Like what are you gonna do with them? Just tell them they gotta have babies and fucking shut up? Would you want to take fucking orders from like some sort of dumber man, like or dumber? You know, like would you like to take orders from some woman telling you what to do?
Hold on. This is a failure. Okay, so that's another failure of logic because I never said it's a failure of logic because I never said that women shouldn't apply their intellectual capabilities to other areas. I'm just saying that it is every woman's role to eventually, birth children and raise the next generation. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't apply their intellectual strengths in other areas. That's what every woman's biologically designed for.
What the fuck? The tools are there. Doesn't mean you have to use them.
Yeah, it means you should use them. It means they're there for a reason.
I have a question.
Okay. We have free will for a reason. We have a reason. There's a reason why we can choose not to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but free will doesn't mean you should make stupid decisions. Just because you have the option to make a smart choice.
You just said stupid because why? Why is it stupid? Why is it stupid? You think people that should have children? There's a lot of people that shouldn't have children. There's a lot of people that I know that shouldn't have children. Definitely not. Like, probably a good idea.
Well, they should make themselves suitable to have children as best they can. But the point is to make the right decisions that contribute to the survival of your society. And if women in general just throw up their hands and say like they don't want to raise the next generation, a society is going to collapse. And that's what a lot of them are pridefully doing. This is what you guys don't understand.
It's because of this rhetoric that you have this exact attitude which causes them to do that. This shit you're saying.
It has nothing to do with that.
It's to do with this. It's the shit that you're saying. It's the shit that you're saying, and how you're telling them that you're going to tell them what to do is how they fucking resist. And they know we're not going to do that. Fuck you. That's what you get this from. That's where you get this fucking complete and utter.
No.
Yeah. It is. It's you telling them what to do like this.
No. All I'm doing is. All I'm doing is speaking of logical facts that a lot of people in general.
What you're saying is going to make women a whole lot more fucking wanting to fucking do exactly what you're not wanting them to do. Is this what you're saying?
Mate, they're not fucking.
Not really. Not if they have any sense. I mean, some
you don't think so, Salty? You don't think it's going to make them want to fucking do like more of this fucking shit he's talking about because he's saying this? Like, you don't think it makes them angry?
No.
That angers them.
If society was like old school, right? This wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I know, but Salty.
What problem? The idea first of like content narrative or whatever.
We just said anything just because you don't fucking care that there's a problem, Casey.
No, there's not.
What's the problem though?
Where's the problem and what is it?
Casey, I just fucking explained to you what the problem is. You couldn't use your fucking brain.
The birth rate?
If you think.
Yeah, make the economy better. People have more kids. They'll have more kids, and people that don't want to have them don't have them.
It's not just an economy problem. It's a feminism problem.
No, I would suggest it's probably like all the kids that are young right now are not having kids. All the Zoomers are not having kids because they can't. They don't think they can afford it. It's scary. They don't think they'll ever be able to afford it, and they fucking pretending to yeah, they are. They are. That's what they think. It's fucking doesn't look good for them. They'll never own a house. They'll never own this thing. They don't want to raise a kid in an apartment, renting an apartment. They don't want to raise a kid renting an apartment. That's what it is.
It doesn't matter. You have to encourage the moral development and the character development of men and women to the point.
You have to make the economy better for people to have hope to fucking be able to raise a family. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. The economy is also part of an issue, sure. But also people that make sacrifices to have kids though.
What I'm trying to say, Salty, is that when people have they have a very, very fucking like not so good looking future, like economic wise, they're going to fucking they're saying like the generation right now is saying like we don't want to have kids, we don't know if we can raise them, we don't know if shit's gonna go down. It's not we're gonna have a retail job the rest of our lives. We're not gonna be able to own our own homes. We're gonna like they're thinking like fuck, I'm gonna be renting with roommates in a shared accommodation shit my whole life. And they don't think they can have kids, and that's why they're not having children.
And we all agree. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, so up the economy, and I guarantee people will have like 10 kids, man. You know?
And what you're skipping is why is that the case? Why is that the case, mate?
About the economy?
Where's the root? What's
Tell him,
it's definitely not this.
Tell him,
100%.
What's the fucking root cause, Turbo?
To the economy?
Your old man.
Corporations,
your old man was
fucking corporations, fucking like into like absolute excess greed and fucking and a system that now is like fucking completely altered to fucking a state where it is corrupt as fuck. You don't have anybody like it's all played fucking a game. It's a game that's fucking completely twisted. Then the 50s, you look at the 50s, you did not have this kind of fucking economic fucking like twisting and turning it does now.
I'm fine with that. What happened to make it like that?
Lots of things besides women not wanting to have kids or women not wanting to fucking do it.
Feminism. You know, he's trying to tell you it was feminism that contributed to the destruction of the communism.
Okay, explain how it's feminism.
Because just tell him. Just explain it. Dumb it down for Turbo.
Right. You've got an older father, right? Or had an older father, right? Just like I did, right? Back in the day.
Well, I have an old what?
He went out to work.
What did you say? Sorry.
An older father. You grew up.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Older dad, right.
Yep.
Now back in the day, like he might have had like a couple of wives or whatever, but his wife didn't work, mate.
Yeah, no. Oh, I know what you're saying. So you're saying in the 70s when women were able to start working, and then you had the dual income family, and then basically two people made the same as one person did before. Is what you're trying to say, right?
Yep.
That's right. I know that scam. But that you're right. That is a scam.
And the birth rate went
down.
I
know that's right. But you know what? That's a trick on the.
A lot more divorce.
I get it. No, I get it. But Salty, I agree with you on the fact that like that was a trick played on the population. But it wasn't necessarily because women. It was like women joined the workforce. But that's more like economic fucking like an inflation thing, where like money was like they're making the wages never went up. The wages stayed the same. So people fucking the cost of living went up, and the wages stayed the same, right?
Turbo's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You just skip it. You just skipping over the bit that I said, mate.
Yeah, you just skipped over it completely.
We had an economy where single income families were viable.
Yeah.
You could have a house. Yeah. You could have fucking 7 children, mate.
And then the fucking wages didn't go up, and the fucking goddamn and the price of living went down, or went up, and the price of wages never went up.
And what happened?
Yeah, women started to work. Women started to work too, and so you had a 2-income fucking family, which was making the same as one person did before.
Casey, go ahead. Casey.
Yeah, flooding the workforce with a woman is what caused wages to go down. And
oh my god, dude!
They're not totally wrong, but
that's
women should have the
right. You're not totally wrong.
If they want to.
Any silly little book about inflation.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I understand, but it wasn't like the women. It wasn't like that. Sure. It wasn't just like boom. Then suddenly the wages went. It was actually getting to the point where they needed to put women to work because they were the man's wage wasn't covering it. So they had to fucking. It wasn't just the other way around. Come on, that's ridiculous.
No, it was the other ways.
No, it wasn't, man. They needed to start working because they needed to have money. Oh my god, dude! Why would they start women to work? Why would they start women working? And then suddenly everything went to hell. Okay. No, they needed women to work because they're fucking like suddenly. I can't handle this, honey. The bills are too much. I guess you're gonna have to go get a job. That's what happened. Come on. Not the other way around.
No, it happened because it happened the other way around because the propaganda apparatus I've been talking about told women, encouraged this spirit of hatred and jealousy and rebellion among women that encouraged them to go into the workforce to strive for their own independence. They did it.
No way. No fucking way.
It was not because it was.
No way, X. Not a chance.
Turbo,
they wouldn't have just done that. They wouldn't have just done that. It was like people were suffering with their fucking not being able to pay the fucking way, and then fucking like somebody had to get a side job. That's how it first started. Come on. Women just didn't answer the working force in the same day. It just flooded all with fucking, infuse it with fucking, and inflate it.
This didn't happen last week, mate.
Yeah, no, it happened in the 70s. And I'll tell you what, it didn't happen all in one day either, Salty. It didn't happen in one day. All the women didn't just go out and get a job in one day.
World War II.
It didn't just happen. No, it didn't. It started in the early 70s. It happened. In the early 70s is when the women flooded the workforce. That was exactly when it happened. It happened after Nixon fucking did the fucking removed the gold standard, and then fucking in the 70s they were flooding into the fucking market, into the workplace. That's when it was. Women before that just had maybe a side job.
No, we've seen. It was already happening. It was a huge propaganda campaign in the 70s. The CIA funded Gloria Steinem and all the feminists, and they flooded the airwaves with all the propaganda. And we've seen videos of the marches and the sentiments that the women were showing from that time. And a lot of it was not a desire to help their man pay the bills. It was because they were under the impression that they were in a patriarchy and they were oppressed by men.
No, that's not why, dude.
Bills at all.
That's not why.
It was women striving.
That's not why, dude.
That's not why, Casey.
That's not why.
That was exactly. Look.
No.
Look, that's exactly why. But let's just move on from this. We agree to disagree, man. If you don't
so basically, if you think that women should take your job, if you think women can take your job, you're a pussy.
That's okay. That has nothing to do with fucking anything, dude. You're just deflecting from the subject as you always do. But let's just agree to disagree and move on from this topic.
What are women going to just go flood in what market were they flooding into? Like, come on, man. All the secretaries that were men. The women were secretaries. Women worked in the workforce. It wasn't like they're just like fucking. They came in and just started becoming like, dude. You know what? They wouldn't work if they didn't have to, dude. Trust me. There was a fucking influx of.
Mate, by the way, women have been working for fucking more than this century, right? Or previous century.
Well, most of their women's work has been domestic.
In the fucking 1700s, right?
Yeah.
This is fucking brand new, Turbo, right? But the society we're living in today, with this two-income fucking family bullshit, and a lot of them out there don't even have a family. They're just a husband and a wife, struggling, alone.
There's a difference. There's a difference between like two-income family
the economy, dude,
and needing a two-income family. We did eventually turn into, unfortunately, like more needing a two-income family, but
that's right.
That doesn't need to be.
It's a fucking
that doesn't need to be the case. What?
It's a necessity these days.
Yeah, because of the fucking market, because of the wages, dude.
But that's
the wages and the cost of living.
People need to get wages have not increased when you account for inflation in 50 years.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to call it. We don't want to point to that.
The only way they're going to increase is if we take away, if we give the workforce actual leverage, and the best way to do that is to have all the women leave the workforce. That will increase wages faster than anything.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Do you think economists could figure out how to do it without doing that?
Casey, go ahead.
I was.
What about the women that are better at their jobs than the men? They have to leave the workforce. All these women are better at their jobs than the guys around them. Oh, I'm gonna leave now. What the fuck?
Dude,
it sounds very merit-based. I thought you were into merit-based things, like fairly. Like I thought you were.
Yeah, and I am too. And I agree with you. I agree with you on that point, right? If say a husband and a wife, right? They're fucking buying a house together, and the woman is out there fucking earning more money, doing a better fucking job. Leave the husband at home. I've got no fucking problem with that.
But what does he have to do if they have no kids? If they have no kids, why do they have to be at home?
Go ahead, Casey.
Here's the thing about that.
That's not very capitalist of you.
Wait, hold on. Bro, I just want to say though, the thing about why it's better to encourage men to stay in the workforce and women to handle the domestic work, even if the woman might be, obviously to a degree, this might not make sense, but let's say even if the woman is slightly better at the job than the man, is because women generally gravitate more towards raising the children and handling the domestic work. If the vast majority of women aren't going to want to work to pay the bills while the man stays home. So this shows the preference of women. Most men,
they love their job.
A lot of them might not mind. Most men might not mind staying home with the children and raising the children while the woman works. Most men might not mind that, but the vast majority of women have shown they have no interest in that. And the vast majority of cases that end in divorce, it happens very often that divorce occurs because the woman isn't even the only one working, but just earns more than the man. So a situation where the woman is working, is the sole breadwinner, and the man is the one staying home, the woman is generally, most women are not going to be happy with that. They're not going to be happy with that at all. So that's why in general it's better to recognize that the male gender role is to work.
Gender role, please.
Yeah, gender role.
No, I think he means like generally speaking.
Generally speaking, but
Generally,
But hold on,
this
Casey,
motherfucker
Casey, what
wants
were
to
you
put
gonna say?
women in chains.
Yes.
I
No, not at all.
don't know.
Not
Hey,
at
that's
all.
because
I'm just
you do
talking
because
about
you're insecure.
biological gender roles.
You're insecure, dude. You're insecure. And you bring
Not at all.
It's always I always find it's the thing about the birthing when it goes to the birthing problem. When someone says like, "Oh, it's our fucking population to survive." It's always like the white supremacists. It's always like, "Oh, our kind is going to survive," or like it's always this worry about like the population problem. It's always so funny to me. It's so funny to me, Matt. It's so hilarious.
Bro, I'm not even white, bro. I'm not
It
even
comes down to
white,
the birthing rate, always.
You are white, X, you are right.
I want to know what
you are
Salty
right.
just yelled at me.
Wait,
Wait, I want to know what Salty just yelled at me. What did you say, Salty?
Hold on. Wait, I want to hear what Casey had to say. Casey was saying something.
X, you are white.
No, I'm not, man.
Actually
But
don't
that's funny.
remember.
Well, I was talking about gender roles, and I was talking about the man. So I was saying that the woman would rather stay home because most women wouldn't want to provide for a child and a man who's raising a kid.
I agree with that.
You were
So
asking
the
would
people
men.
that our generation got fucking confused with the like you could be anything you want generation. Yeah, that is retarded. I understand that, and they got disappointed, and I get that. But that doesn't mean that that was including the women, and obviously they could have been anything they wanted. It was just a joke. Women could fucking do it. Like I would hate to be a woman and fucking just be like. Just listening to this fucking other people deciding my fate and to think like I can't do anything I want to do because someone thinks I should be having babies, that pissed me right off. I just would be like, fuck you. Who says so?
Okay, yeah. Well, we have to hope most women are more mature than you. I'm not saying, yeah, exactly. I'm not saying women have to do this. All I'm doing is laying out the facts for the survival of our society, and I'm encouraging women to make the right decision. So I'm explaining why they should make the right decision for them, and I think it's just a fucking it's pretty much self-explanatory. Like I mean, obvious, and also I think most women actually find more fulfillment in having families and raising children than they do at a lot of their dead-end jobs. We see endless cases of women going on TikTok or going on Instagram, lamenting not having children, asking why they can't find a good man after 35, how hard dating is for them, why they can't find a good man, and how miserable they are when they're not, especially when they're not even making the income they want at their job. So a lot of women actually will find extreme fulfillment in doing what they were spiritually and biologically designed to do, which is raise the next generation. The problem is a lot of women were brainwashed and propagandized into thinking they're equal to men, having all this gender confusion, and not wanting to do what they're biologically designed to do, which is raise kids. A lot of women have been brainwashed out of that.
You think the problem is population growth, yet you think that half of the workforce should just stop working?
So population growth and workforce participation are two completely different
Not really,
subjects.
because the reason why they're worried about the birth rate is because of the fucking fact of the job market, of people being able to come into jobs. It's like something there'll be a gap. That's what they're worried about it for. So so you're kind of stuck here. Casey's right. Casey, this fucking
I'm not. I'm not necessarily worried about it for that reason. I'm not worried about it for that reason. I just understand that a society of strong family units is going to be stronger than a society that raises.
You missed the word white in there. You mean strong white?
I'm not white, bro. I'm not white.
No, but you missed that because that's what you're talking for. That's what you're talking for, though, X. That's what you're talking for, X.
Who am I talking
about?
I
know that you're talking for the fucking.
Who am I talking
about? That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking. That's what you sound like.
I know.
That's the shit.
What I'm saying applies to black people and Latino people too. I see. I
know that you're a mix. I know you're a mutt. I know that. I know. I'm not saying you weren't. I knew that.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point I'm saying, the point is what I'm saying universally applies to all fucking citizens of the United States. Black, white, Latino, Asian, every ethnicity has fallen for this feminist bullshit. There's Asian women saying this bullshit, there's Latino women, and there's black women especially saying this bullshit. I want to see black women get married and have kids and raise the next generation. I also want to see white women do it and Asian women do it too. So I don't know why you're trying to bring race into this. Stop dividing us by race.
I was just trying to stir the pot. I was just trying to stir the pot, actually. I was just trying to stir the pot, actually.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I knew that you were white too, so I was wondering if you're gonna say like I'm not fucking white, but or you're gonna actually
bro.
When we started this conversation, we were talking about division, but I don't think we're on the same page on what we were meaning by division, because I would say that your rhetoric is what is dividing, is sort of divisive and I'm not sure we're talking about.
So I'm talking about uniting men and women, and I understand there's people that will take issue with that because they've been heavily indoctrinated into a lot of these, these destructive ideas. So there will be people that have issue with it, but I still think my idea of the simple truth of uniting men and women for a stronger society where the man fulfills his spiritual role and the woman fulfills her spiritual role is the healthiest thing we could do. Like, I know there's going to be people that have issue with it, but I still think it's the pathway to the strongest possible society we could have. And by the way, China and Russia are doing this, by the way. China has made public statements about the importance of women taking their domestic life seriously and helping out their families. Like, China has stressed the importance of women taking their familial role.
You didn't like China.
Okay, no. Please don't mischaracterize my
thought you didn't like China.
my viewpoint. I don't hate China. No, I don't hate China. I just know that China is heavily involved, is heavily beholden and heavily controlled by Israel. So that's the thing about China. But that doesn't mean I hate China. Yeah, it is. It is.
Wait, whoa. They've been talking some mad shit about the UN.
Yeah, but that's because they have been, but a lot of it's just a show, just like the presidential race is a show, just like all the puppets is a show. Like they play both sides, man. It's controlled opposition.
Israel really doesn't like those kind of shows.
It's Israel that's funding the Hong Kong protest.
Israel's a tricky one because they think 10 steps ahead.
It's Israel that's funding a lot of anti-China bullshit, like the Hong Kong protest and the Uyghur genocide. That's funded by Israel.
Yeah, so I understand that Israel plays both sides of a lot of issues with China. They can have the left hand doing one thing and the right hand doing another. But I'm not really too interested in pursuing this topic right now because we're actually making some progress into this fucking basic idea of men and women should start families to keep their society strong. I think that's more important.
Do you know when you say the word logic, you do it like this? I see a green tree, and therefore all trees are green. That's logic. That's 1 + 1, and you guys are just too dumb to understand me.
More like I've existed on this planet for 30 years of my life, and I've seen people display the same patterns of behavior, and I understand that pattern of behavior is a result of the stimuli they've received from this source that's reaching millions of people. It's a little bigger than that.
That's fine, but that would mean you should listen to what we have to say because we're older than you.
No, just because you're older doesn't mean you're as smart as me.
Of course, yeah.
There's lots of oblivious, clueless old people.
You're rationalizing your intelligence by saying this is just logic. There's a green tree here, and after all trees are green, that's just logic. That's why I only listen to myself, and that is
not that simple. Come on, man.
Hang on. This is why you over focus on anecdotal experience because you value your opinion so much more. An intelligent person would realize that he's biased, but you don't do that.
Well, no, I realize here's the thing. I think I actually do a really good job of looking at things objectively, and that's because I'm not necessarily, I don't get emotionally tied to ideas in the same way other people do. Like, a lot of people will be offended at criticism of a particular topic because they themselves identify with that topic. Like, if I criticize homosexuality, there's going to be some people that have had gay experiences or identify as gay, and because they have that personal connection to this topic, they're going to get emotional, and that's going to cloud their judgment on it. I myself don't have those issues, so that's why I don't think I'm biased at all.
That's 50% of stuff right there. Do you think me, Casey, or Turbo have had gay experiences?
No, but here's the thing. I think that you and Turbo and Casey have had some experiences with women that you haven't critically analyzed, and that's why you're getting emotional when I point out the simple truth that men and women are different, have different roles.
What do you mean?
Turbo, like Salty pointed it out well with you, Turbo. You have this cringe white knight take where if I just point out like criticism of women, you feel the need to be this white knight.
You have something to do with me. You want to know what my idea of it is? You know my idea of it is? You know why I think like this, or what I'm saying this to you? Why I think you're ridiculous? He's like, my mom fucking was like, she worked She fucking wore jeans. She fucking could hit a golf ball farther than most men. She fucking could do anything. She fixed her car. She fucking she was like very beautiful. Everybody was like always like, your mom's so hot. All these fucking things. My mom was like a superhero. I would listen to her, listen to you right now, and she'd just be like, shut the fuck up, right? Like, laugh at your ass. And I'm just thinking, like, there's probably other women like that too. And it just makes me go like, I can't fucking buy this. Like, I can't buy that you're the last one. Like, this is what I should do. And it's just so weird.
You
right?
don't even understand but you don't even understand the fucking point I'm making. That's what I mean. You're getting emotional because of your experience.
Not really emotional. I could just picture. I'm not getting emotional. Dude, trust me, I'm not getting upset. I'm not getting upset, dude. I just think of it like as almost like I'm almost laughing.
When I say emotional, I know that. When I say emotional, I don't mean upset. I'm not saying you're getting upset. I'm saying that because you have this emotional association to your mother, and that doesn't mean you're upset. It means like you have this bias towards her. You have this sympathy towards her in some way. You're not even understanding.
I just have an utter like understanding that she's like that the things that you're pointing out would just be like she would not, dude. She first of all like intellectually knock you around the fucking like park, but anyways, like I could just imagine. I really wish that someone like I really wish she was in this conversation because I'd like to hear what she had to say to you. I would just like I would.
That'd be fine. That'd be fine, dude. I'd fucking like I'll intellectually mop the floor with anybody, but that's not the point. The point is that everything you said has absolutely nothing to do with the simple fucking argument I'm making that men have their general spiritual role and women have theirs. I never said she couldn't fucking fix a car or hit a golf ball. Like the fact that you even brought that up
but
shows
she worked,
you don't know what the fuck
she worked the whole time. Like she worked full time, dude. Like, you know, like I was a latchkey kid. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
fine.
And that was in the 50s.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she should work if she didn't have to work.
She didn't, man. She probably didn't. I mean, my dad could have carried it all, no problem.
She wanted to work because it was fulfilling. The life she wanted because
okay. So if it was really fulfilling to her, then that's something. But the point is for women to be able to balance their career life with their domestic life. Maybe if she spent a little more time with you, Turbo, you'd be smarter right now, man. Maybe you'd be better if she spent more time with you. I don't know. But the point is that women have to have this balance between their family and domestic life.
Maybe I'd be a little mummy's boy that never got off the tit and fucking be sucking her fucking tit still if she fucking spent more time with me. Maybe I wouldn't be independent enough to do whatever the fuck I want. Maybe I wouldn't be independent, dude. Maybe I wouldn't be independent, dude. Maybe I wouldn't be independent. Maybe I'd be a fucking loser.
I actually have some criticism.
Whatever. The point is, I mean, the point I'm making is that obviously that
you say
that women have to have this balance between those two roles.
You're saying
Turbo's mother had children, right? Can we all agree to that? Turbo's mum had kids.
No.
Had kids? Yeah, she did have kids.
Yeah, she did. She had 2 kids.
Or you said she hated kids. Yeah.
No, she didn't hate kids. What are you talking about?
Yes, she did.
She had children.
She got us to every hockey game. She got us to she was like fucking I as a parent, like when I look back at that, I go, how the fuck did she do that, dude? How the fuck did she do that? Because I can't do that.
No, I understand. She's a fucking superwoman, that's not the point. And that's fucking awesome. But not all chicks are like that, you know.
Yeah,
and we're not talking about your mother. We're not fucking talking.
Dude, I never thought you were. I can associate. I don't have to. I don't do that. I don't like. Oh, they're talking about my mom. Well, but I'm just saying. Like I see these instances of people that can do it. Like what they would think to this talk about, like saying like, oh, we should take them all out of the workforce. To these like sort of like big ideas like that. That's just crazy to me. It's just insane.
Well, that's because you're not thinking it through. Literally, that's the problem.
I realize there's a lot of dummies out there too, X. I realize there's a lot of dumb women out there, a lot of dumb men out there too. I get it.
Here's the thing. Let me just say this. We would have a society. Guys, go fucking head, Skate. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You keep saying that you are right because we are wrong. That's the nature of your response. But what if you're wrong and we're right?
That's not what I'm saying.
That's why you say that you are. Hang on. Yeah, hang on, let me talk then. He keeps saying he's right because he can see it in his anecdotal experience, and we cannot. That's the nature of his argument.
No, it isn't.
But what is that? Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is.
Can you clarify for him?
His fucking anecdotal argument. He's fucking giving you fucking, here's what I think, and now you say what you think.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right? If you don't have any anecdotes, Don't use them.
Well, I'm also explaining the logical, in biological and psychological evolutionary role of men and women. You have to understand that men and women evolved for hundreds of thousands of years to be optimized for these specific roles, and women's role generally
if they're naturally going towards the other role, then why would you be the one to like sort of we have to change it back, we have to do this, we have to do that? Why would not, if nature's right, then why would you start to like defy nature then if that's the case? If that was so true.
Wait a minute. Because, Turbo, if you actually think about what we've been discussing for the last hour, I explained that women are not naturally deviating from the role. They're being programmed by the propaganda to do that. If you'll just fucking think about what we discussed for the last fucking hour, that should come down.
Weren't they being indoctrinated into what they did before, like in like the 1700s? You don't think they were indoctrinated into doing what they're doing in the 1700s and 1600s? You don't think that's just what they did because that's what you're supposed to do? There's indoctrination. That's what that was, right?
Oh. No, there was much less. Well, first off, there was much less indoctrination back then because, in general,
I would say there's more.
General, when
I would say there's more.
No. There was for sure, but there was definitely less. Yeah.
No, I understand there's no Cosmo magazine. I get that. I get that there's no Cosmopolitan magazine to tell them. I understand that, but we're talking about indoctrination. I mean, that's the epitome of indoctrination. I mean, that's what it was. But I mean, I get you're saying there's more choices and there's more magazines to read and there's more all these other things to outside sources to influence them. I get that what you're saying, but I said like, is that really like? Is that all trying to convince them not to do something that like should be naturally wanting to have kids, right? Like what makes them not want to have children? Like certain people just want to have children, and you couldn't tell them that you couldn't have children, right? But what would make it such a beneficial or sort of like optimizing idea to not have children? Like why would you want to go against such a nature's force of like why would it be so enticing to do that? Like what's so powerful?
Dude, wait, no, hold on. Well, dude, here, dude. But Turbo, this is what I mean, dude. We already discussed
women. So in nature, when an animal decides that it can't take care of its kids anymore, or something's in danger, they'll eat their kids or they'll kill. They do that because. So if you look at your future and it doesn't look very bright, and you can't afford anything and it's fucked, you're not going to want to have kids naturally. You're not going to want to have children. Bring it into a world of shit.
Okay, so you're talking about the economy, which is a different issue. It's tangential,
it's
related, but the economy is a different issue.
It's everything
than indoctrination.
It's what makes us fucking wake up in the morning and have a good day or not. Yes, it is. It's fucking. I was able to live your life well or not. It's everything. It's everything.
Dude, no, you're no. I was stating how indoctrination is clearly tied to this, and now you're just pretending we didn't have this discussion for the last hour, dude. It's really stupid. It's incredibly stupid.
It's stupid, but you're like, but I'm not stupid. But you are. Don't worry about
it. I've been clearly explaining how women are been indoctrinated.
Stop saying women. It's women.
It's not just the economy.
It's women, not woman.
Casey, go ahead.
It's his accent. Stop fucking hanging on about that.
He doesn't have an accent.
For real, man. For real.
He does.
Fucking SoCal. He's a fucking Northern California. He's Northern California, man. He should not be saying woman.
Dude.
Good.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. It's woman. Anyway.
It's not one woman.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Women.
Jesus Christ. Look, Turbo, did you learn anything from this conversation, bro?
I learned that you're wrong, and I've learned how you're more wrong, and how you obviously think that you're kind of misled by this sort of insecurity that sort of like obviously have you been able to date that lesbian chick that you're after yet? Have you been able to convince her that lesbian girl?
We're working some things out.
Okay. Yeah. It's okay.
I thought it was impossible because she was lesbian.
What?
But yeah, no, from firsthand, I've seen how women have been indoctrinated into lesbianism and how fucking destructive
that's anecdotal. That's anecdotal, but we can't.
No shit, it is. No shit, it is, Skade. Like no shit, it's anecdotal. No, but anecdotes can be used just fine. No. Here's the thing: anecdotes can be used. There's no reason why anecdotes can't be used. Because what you can do, Skate, is you can extrapolate your anecdotal experience and you can see how it plays out with the general population. That's how that's simple logical inference.
That's fine. Here's my criticism again. You keep taking your anecdotal experience and extrapolating to everyone, and then you're saying there's one green tree here, therefore all trees are green. This is my original criticism about you. And you do that all the time. You do that with the Jews, you do that with Israel, you do that with China. And then when there is something that goes against...
That's how critical thinking works.
And then when there's something that goes against your narrative, you ignore it. For instance, when there's something that China does against Israel, you say, oh, that's just whatever. When Israel does something against China, it's just whatever. So you keep doing that. You did the same thing with communism. So you said that the Jews funded communism. It turned out that they funded anti-communist movement. And said, they just did that, whatever. So you keep ignoring critical points that in the data and only goes from your anecdotal experience. And it's not worth anything because everyone is biased. That's why you need other people's opinion. But you keep ignoring that because everyone but you is dumb.
So, well, all right. So, communism and the issue with Israel and the communism Russia, those are different cases of topics. But
yeah, they're all topics you're wrong on. They're all topics you're wrong on.
No. Well, first off, I'm not. First off, the idea that that China might have funded some things against Israel isn't. I don't think is a convincing case that shows that that China isn't beholden to Israel in some way. When Israel and Mao and the original founders of communism are
Jewish?
Yeah.
Jewish?
We're Jewish.
Bullshit.
Yeah, we're Jewish. Yeah, they were, man.
Laughable.
Okay, so do you have anything actually that's sustainable other than just Jewish? Because Israel did a bunch of anti-Chinese stuff, and I laid them up before, but you didn't pick them, did you?
Dude, I was more interested in talking about feminism than stuff, man.
For instance, there's the Uyghur genocide, there's the Hong Kong protest, there's the sabotage of the Belt and Road Initiative, actual explosions.
Well, there's the non-Uyghur genocide to deal with. There's the non-Uyghur.
Okay,
It's not really a genocide, but you think it is.
Yeah, but
so tell me. Okay, wait. So fine. So okay, go ahead, Skate. I'm listening because I don't think I'm more informed than you on this particular topic. So you're saying that Israel has tried to sabotage China's Belt and Road Initiative?
Yes, and that's why they're making their own Belt and Road Initiative as well. So you can see not they have sabotaged the Belt and Road Initiative by exploding some of the facilities, which was forced China to relocate their routes. And then they have also funded anti-democracy protests in Hong Kong, and they are part of the agenda with the Uyghur narrative, which is not true, like Turbo said. So the same thing America is doing against China, Israel is doing as well, even more so. So I don't see how China and Israel is really working together. There was some trade early on, but that's gone now. If we don't talk about the military.
Well, here's the thing. That's like saying because Israel killed JFK, that means that the United States isn't working for Israel because Israel is.
Okay, let me explain. That's because both America and Israel wanted him dead. It's not that Israel did it; both of them did it. You're just separating them for convenience, but they're not separate. They're one and the same.
What's the evidence for Israel and China again?
Wait a minute. How is that any different? Because you're saying that Israel made an attack on America, even when America is working with Israel. How is that any different from saying China made an attack, Israel made an attack on China while still working with China? Let me just say this, though. There's going to be. Let me just say this. Hold on, but fine. Let me just finish this. I'm just going to finish this point. I'm just going to finish this point. There's going to be just like there's going to be differing factors. There are going to be different groups, political groups in the United States that disagree with Israel. There's also going to be different groups in China that disagree with Israel. Israel might be targeting, a specific group in China that is against them, while another section of the Chinese government is with them.
What other group? Exactly. You're just guessing. You're just making.
What other group?
But this is an exercise in logic, critical thinking. This is just pure logical thinking.
What other group?
Making different
names and different factions inside the CCP.
Dude, I don't know exactly. I'm just saying different factions within the CCP might disagree.
You're just making it up out of convenience. That's
Yeah, no
logic.
shit. Yeah, that's how critical thinking works. We're thinking of the different possibilities.
Let me explain something that is not made up. When Israel attacked USS Liberty, that's because USS Liberty discovered an Israeli war crime, and part of the American establishment was known about it, but not all the military is part of it, so they wanted to be put in. And this is very normal. I can describe when, who, and why. With China, you just make it up. So like
that's how critical thinking works.
Hang on. No, it's not. Shit. No, hang on. Making things up is not critical thinking. So
I'm not making things up. I'm asking questions. I'm asking fucking questions. It's not making things up.
Hang on. What part of China? What evidence do we have? Hang on. But China and Israel working together. Where's the evidence?
Oh, the evidence that China and Israel have been working together. The fact
that the Jews control China.
So China is largely rich because of Jewish American corporations investing in China and offshoring all their corporations overseas. The original communist government. The original communist government was funded by Jewish bankers.
That's not true either.
Both of those are obviously true, man.
No, I can argue it if you want. I can argue it. So the reason why China has become rich and brought everyone out of poverty is not because of American investment. It's because of the socialist political policies that was implemented 100%. Across China. Not 100%. Because, so I can easily debunk you because you simply don't know. You make a reality.
But how?
How?
Hold on, I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah. I can explain it. So for instance,
how are all the Jewish corporations not making China richer?
In China,
just make sure you answer this question.
Yeah, fine. In China, you have a factory, just like you have in America. But instead of them making a profit because they are socialist, they make sure to give the employees housing and food, so they become rich. That's a really good example. It's nothing to do with Jews.
Okay, that has nothing to do with the fact that the Jewish corporations are investing in China that
They'll
allows
take foreign investment. They'll take investment, dude. That's nothing to do with what their policies are or anything they're doing by anything. Yeah. They'll take outside investment. And by the way, it really doesn't mean anything to them either. It doesn't. It's not vital to them. You know that the stock market in America is not even vital to them. They don't even care,
dude. That's not the point. The point is
you're just making shit up.
Dude, can I just get a fucking word in?
You want it to happen. Yeah, you've been talking 90% of the time, dude. That's the problem with you. You're making shit up.
I'm just asking questions. I just want you to answer my questions, dude.
Fine. And then you're ignoring everything else. Like you're just ignoring what I just said because
I'm not ignoring. I just asked you a question.
This is the root cause why they became rich.
You made a claim. You made a claim, and I'm simply poking holes in your claim. I'm simply pointing out why that claim you made is insufficient.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was saying though, a lot of these Jewish, even with the Chinese corporations giving their employees places to live to save them money, these Jewish corporations have invested billions of dollars in China, and to think that all this investment isn't getting them sway with the CCP is really naive because money and investment has allowed for the influence of nearly every government, like in the history of governments.
Hang on, you were supposed to poke hole in what I said, so you're not supposed to repeat the entire thing again. So just poke holes in what I said. That's what you want.
But I'm asking you how you think that the billions of dollars of Jewish money isn't going to influence? Isn't being used to put up China? Okay.
That's fine. It's fine. You had corporations in America and the entire world, non-Jews and Jews, Christians, that invested in China, and they did that for profit. That's the only reason, because it was cheaper. And that's very sensible. And you can see China is not doing what America wants them to do or what the Jews want them to do. That's why you can see they have no sway over them. You can point to an action and say, hey, China did this, which was in the favor of the Jews.
That's why I can prove it. How do you, what makes you said that it was only for profit. What makes you say it was only for profit?
Because that's what capitalism is. That's the main reason why they did it. Capitalism is so profit.
But you're saying but I'm just wondering how you know what the entirety of their motivations are. You don't think they could have had other motivations aside from profit?
That's right. Because when you have stakeholders, they make decisions based off profit. That's why you can track that decision-making process to profits. It's profit-driven. Everything is profit-driven in the West, including their military. That's why you can track everything they do to this direction. It's very easy.
Yeah, man, Skate is right, man. What the fuck
Yeah.
are you talking about?
I think that in China, like it's not like in a lot of countries, like rich Western people come in and buy up land, resources, buy all the things, the diamond mines, etc. But it was difficult. Maybe they had some of that early on, but it was pretty. That's what the thing about the communism. That's why That's why U.S. has been at war with fucking socialism for the last 70 years. Because they don't like this idea that they can't buy up all the things. So I think for China, it's hard to. It's hard to buy the same sort of influence you could in a normal country.
And that's also why China. This is why China killed CIA agents in 2009 or something. There were CIA agents in China that got all purged. So you can point to all these things that goes against what you're saying, X. There's nothing that pointing towards what you're saying. And Salty agrees.
Salty agrees.
I always agree. What am I agreeing about? I was talking to Turbo.
I agree. Maneuver.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Yeah, Salty agrees 100%.
He's always like, PPG was right about you. I was like, what the fuck did he say about me? Yeah, I don't care what anyone says about you. You're a good guy. What do you mean other people say about me? What do you mean? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
well said. He was correct.
So yeah, I mean the idea. I just
now you're a liberal.
An assumption there. There's a critical false assumption there that there wouldn't that there.
Now you're a commie. Now you're commie, Salty. Now you're commie.
That's not an assumption. That's what always happens. That's very known.
No, it isn't. No.
You can see that the American military does do it because of profit. Everything can be traced to profit. It's very fucking easy.
No, but you have to say the most profitable thing a group can do. You know what the most profitable thing?
Tell me, Mr. Moneybags.
The most profitable thing a group can do if they want to increase, I guess, their wealth is to basically enslave people. If you can, the most profitable line of work there is slavery, and the idea that that profits
sound like Python when you said the
couldn't have some like malicious motive with some long-term plan about collapsing the United States and propping up China is very silly.
In this instance, money is power, not always, but in this instance, it is. You can say when you can print a dollar, it is not. But generally speaking, money is power, but not always. So if you're going to try to take over China, you want to try to at least have a foothold, which America doesn't have.
Power is power. Yeah, money is a form of power. I mean, America doesn't have. Yeah. China has a foothold in America. America doesn't have a foothold in China. But I'm just saying that Israel
doesn't have a foothold in America. That's also a lie. There's nothing China owns in America that's relevant. That's not true.
China owns only about 1% of America. But
they're holding
Denmark owns more land in America than China.
They own all our manufacturing.
No. We've outsourced it to them. And you know what? We give them all the substance to make, and they just send our plastic back with little shitty fucking toys, and you give us back all the shit. We fucked up, dude. We fucking outsourced all our shit. We outsourced all our shit. We're trying to based on a market, make a market economy instead of like an actual like based on like an economy that's based on actual fucking resources. We don't have any of that. We just outsource everything, dude. We have tons of oil. We don't bother. We don't do anything.
That wasn't a fuck up. Well, first off, that wasn't a fuck up. That was a Jewish decision. So it wasn't a fuck up. It was a deliberate decision.
That's an assumption.
No, it's a globalist decision. It's a globalist decision. It's a fucking globalist decision. It's somebody that doesn't care about what nationality they are. They don't give a fuck.
And who are the globalists? Come on, you know who the globalists are.
Some are Jewish, but there's also like tons of different ones. There's lots of different kinds of fucking. Okay,
but hold on. No, here's the thing. Skade, you said that's an assumption, man, but I think it's kind of silly to assume that like some of the most well-informed, the most knowledgeable.
Is fucking Bill Gates a Jew? Is Bill Gates a Jew?
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's not. I don't think so.
No.
So what are they going to do with him? How did he get through that whole lie? How would happen? What happened there? What the fuck?
Have you seen his nose? Man, He doesn't publicly claim he's a Jew, but just
He's
look
not
at
a
his
Jew, dude. He's fucking from. His family's like Catholic or something. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's the problem with you. Everyone is a Jew if it fits your narrative. That's
I'm joking. I was joking, dude. That was a joke.
The thing that moved manufacturing to China was profit driven. That's very common knowledge, and that's what capitalism does.
No. Well, here's the thing. I understand that it's there is a profit motivation involved. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that there also could be a larger political calculation at play. Well, I believe there is. I believe there 100% is a larger political calculation at play. I mean,
why do you say it, Lex? Why do you say it? Where's the indication? Where's the symptoms? Where do we see this? How is China doing the bidding of America and Israel? Please point us why you think what you think.
Well, no, okay. So I believe that the long-term play is.
But why do you believe it? That's the question. This is the question. Why do you believe it?
I will. Let me tell you what the belief is, and I'll tell you why I believe it. I
believe that the long.
What?
You made a statement, and then I asked you, why do you think what you think? I didn't ask you to make a new statement. So just explain why you think what you think instead of prolonging the conversation.
He was, mate. He was.
Hey. Yeah, no, I really was.
He was making a new statement. He was making a new fucking statement, dude. So
I was elaborating on the belief, man.
The Jews control China, and I'm saying, where can we see this? Where's the indications?
I already responded to that. That's a whole different claim. I already explained that. I explained that Jewish money is largely propped up China, and Jewish money funded its rise. And you disagree with that, but I think that's sufficient. Now,
China doesn't even fucking pay attention. They don't even give a shit about the American fucking stock market. Much less it doesn't even play into their fucking
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. American stock market has nothing to do with my point.
Where can we see that the Jews control China? Is China doing something that benefits the Jews?
Yeah. The Jews plan to collapse Europe and the West down the road. They have a prophecy in their Talmud about creating a one world government with a capital being in Israel, and they're going to use China and Russia in the East to collapse the West because China already has an authoritarian surveillance state. They already have the model for the ideal world that the Jewish people want. Well, hold on. Okay, well, let me just finish. But agree to disagree. They already have the model society that the Jewish people want. So they're just going to drag the West into the war, and then the Chinese system is going to reign supreme, and that's going to allow Israel to basically control the whole world with AI. So it's a big plan.
So the Chinese system, the financial system, is not set up to replace the dollar at all. It's not set up to replace the foreign currency at all. You just don't know that. Wow. You assume it.
Wait,
if you look at BRICS, hang on. If you look at BRICS, it is not about replacing the dollar. It's about having local trades. The dollar will remain the primary currency. What China did was multipolarity, so they could trade in isolation without paying the American banks. It's nothing about one world government. It's the exact opposite. If they wanted one world government, they would have propped up America, which was already heading that way, which is more fascist than China. So it's completely nonsense. So
let me ask you a question.
The Chinese BRICS is not about what you're saying it is. You're just assuming that because you don't even know what it is.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question, Skate. So you're saying that the BRICS system isn't going to replace the dollar. It's just going to allow all these other currencies to trade without the dollar. That's basically what you're saying, right?
Yes, so they don't need to pay the exchange to the American bank, but the dollar will remain the primary foreign currency.
Okay. Wait a minute. A lot of the reason why the dollar has been propped up is because a lot of these companies, or a lot of countries, have been are choosing. In some cases, they're choosing to transact in dollars, and in some cases, they're forced to transact in dollars.
No, they have no choice. They're not choosing. They have no choice. But now they have a choice with BRICS. The dollar was the main exchange currency before, so they had no choice. So if you wanted a one-world government, you wouldn't have done BRICS.
Wait a minute. No, hold on. Skate, slow down.
BRICS is about multipolarity, not about unipolarity.
Skate. Okay, but hold on. But if all of these countries are forced to transact, If all these countries are forced to transact in dollars now, and BRICS allows all these countries to transact without using dollars, don't you think that's going to collapse the American dollar, especially since we don't really manufacture anything here?
No, it is not. And even BRICS has put it out as
you're right, Turbo. The answer is no shit.
You just don't know it. BRICS have publicly stated it's not about collapsing the dollar. The dollar will remain the primary currency. BRICS have stated as much, and you can see that in the foreign reserves. So we don't even need to pretend.
That is true, but I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about collapsing the American dollar, it could happen. I mean, like, there's a lot of reasons that it could happen for. I mean, you're not guaranteed it, but the BRICS did say that they were not going to do that.
The issue with the theory thing is like that if you think that like Zionist entities are like, do you think they would be affected by the dollar being replaced? Like,
no.
Of course, no. What?
The Zionists wouldn't be.
They're mostly the U.S. I mean, we're mostly talking about the like very U.S. companies or U.S. like basically. Like, yeah, that's so. Why would it? I'm not sure why this would be evident of. That it's really weird. I don't even understand the thing about China taking over the world and it's good for Israel. It should be the opposite.
Israel taking over is good for China. What do you mean? How to be the opposite?
America dominating Israel, or America dominating China on the world scale would be better for Israel. Like,
yep,
100%. Well, no. See.
Yep.
The ideal system that the Jewish elite want to have is basically a technocratic surveillance state.
Oh, and since Chinese are techie people, that means that they're going to be the ones to make it techie, and then the Jews are going to rule them. What do you mean? It's retarded.
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly what's happening.
Why don't they do that in America? Why don't they do it where they are right now? It's very more convenient. So,
because America.
I have a Huawei phone. My phone is Huawei.
You're just assuming because China has surveillance that is used for AI, that the Jews are going to use it. But why the fuck wouldn't the Jews take the straight route? Like Arkansas Razor, do it in fucking America, where they already own it.
No, because here in America, people would be opposed to that kind of thing. Americans are just going to roll over and accept it.
It's been in America for 20 years.
They can't normalize. Yes.
Surveillance is bigger in America than it is in China. You just don't realize it because it's behind the scenes.
I definitely. I 100% don't believe that America, that surveillance is bigger in America than China. I mean, if you can show me somehow why you're right about
even
that.
Even the UK has more surveillance than China.
Well, the UK definitely has a lot of surveillance. I'm aware of that, but China definitely has a lot as well. Okay,
the UK have more.
All right, whatever. But I don't think they have more than the United States. The United States definitely has less surveillance than China.
The NSA and the FBI and all that, they do way more, and they also listen in on the internet service providers. They do way more than China does. And all of that is way more covertly than China. But it doesn't mean that it's less. Go ahead, Casey.
I think China's definitely more covert about it. But hey, if you have an article or a link about that, I'd be down to check it out.
You can just look at what they're doing with the systems. You could use the anecdotal experience again. Look at what's happening in China. Look at what's happening in America. For instance, in America, you have there's a lot of incidents with surveillance, and you have Edward Snowden who came out about this, but it's 20 years ago, and it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, but that doesn't they have that in China as well. I mean, I'm aware we have it in America, but
you say
in China they have it kind of everything.
Where's the example in China where they do something like this? Where can we see it in China?
I live in China in a heartbeat. I moved to China in a heartbeat, dude.
You don't think China has their own NSA?
Yeah, but where do we see it?
China has a lot.
I have a Huawei phone, dude. Fuck you.
It doesn't matter because America could have a similar. It's not quite as operation, but similar, and I don't think we would necessarily know about it, considering the last guy who blew the whistle on such a thing, is hiding in Russia.
I have a Huawei phone.
And the people who published the shit there are spent 20 years hiding from the U.S. government in embassies.
I have a Huawei phone. What are you gonna do about it, X?
I'm getting one too, Turbo.
Huh? I said I have a phone. My phone is Huawei. What are you going to do about it?
I'm getting on Turbo. And you can also see when it comes to, for instance, the Patriot attack in Lebanon, all the Middle Eastern are buying from China now because they trust that technology. And you have Intel who has backdoors in their chip. You have AMD with backdoors and NVIDIA. And that is what you don't get in China. Casey doesn't like it, but it's true.
How are you so sure you don't get that in China? Yeah, how are you so sure that they don't have that in China?
Of what?
Because if you look at backdoors in software and hardware, it's famously in Western equipment, not in Chinese equipment.
Mm-hmm.
That's well known because we have no incident of this in China, but we have in the West. It's all over the place.
Wait a minute.
There's no incidence of backdoors like that. I asked you of one.
Plus, they don't like homosexuals, so no.
100% Turbo.
There's no backdoors.
You're saying there's no instances of backdoors in Chinese technology?
Nope, no butt fucking.
For instance, also when it comes to cutting undersea cables, that's not fucking China, it's America. They have a listener device on this. You know all the spying we saw in Europe? That was fucking America, not China. Always, always, always.
Well, no, I'm aware that there's cases of this happening in America. I'm just saying that doesn't necessarily mean that these same issues are happening with China.
Why would you say that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just pointing out to these cases of American spying and American backdoors, and I never denied those cases exist. I'm just saying that.
I never said this, but I'm expecting you to point to, okay, China is doing this enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any offhand. But you're telling me you've never seen one. Okay. Well, all right, Skate. Well, I mean, I'm listening to you, man. You're saying you've never seen one, ever.
You know, I look at China a lot, right? You know, I look a lot at China. You know, I look a lot about Russia, and we don't see the same bullshit in these countries like we do in America. You know what? I'm sure the KGB and China is doing some surveillance, but it's completely different than what America is doing. America is way more brazen when it comes to breaking the laws and shit like that, and surveilling on their citizens. Because if you look at, I'm going to give you a really good example. Many might disagree with me, but the tool of the West in Ukraine is to lie. The tool of Russia is to tell the truth. Because they know eventually that's going to be the prevailing thing, and that is what they have been using in Syria and Iran for the past decades, telling the truth.
Well, I agree with you.
Different worlds. Sure. But I think that's something that don't agree. But you have two very different foreign policy strategies and directions. And you know, I bet there is some incidents where America said, "Oh, Russia spied on us. Here's a microphone." But I bet it's a fucking lie, dude.
Well,
I would expect the Russians coming up and say to me, "Hey, they're spying on us. Here's the incident." You know, in America, all of the population says we're being spied on, but in Russia, they don't think that. They're very critical and clever. But if you listen to the Russians, they don't think what the Americans think about their government for a reason.
All right,
Russia better, China better.
You're really telling me that you haven't found any cases of so you're telling me China doesn't have a spy agency like the NSA where they're listening to people?
Of course they have spy agencies, but they have different goals and priorities, and they have different means of working. So, for instance, in the Western hardware, there is built-in backdoors from the manufacturer. But you won't find that in Huawei networks, even though America says it is. It has never been proven.
You're saying it's never been proven that the Huawei phones have the back doors like Apple does or whatever.
Apple doesn't really have them either, but there's a
Apple's been pretty good on not having that actually. But
Apple has back doors. Apple has vulnerabilities as well, and they purposefully don't close them. So we know they have vulnerabilities.
I mean, they did that phone. They gave that phone to what's his name, McPears or McP or whatever, and they did crack it, but it was hard as fuck. The FBI couldn't do it.
But there's many governments that doesn't use Apple for a fucking reason.
Yep.
Russia is one of them.
That's true. The U.S. government doesn't use Apple.
No, they don't use Apple. They use BlackBerry.
Yeah, they still use BlackBerry. Well, BlackBerry's not continued anymore, but they use another one that's like it.
There's still BlackBerries?
Kim use Oppo or Poco
that's right, yeah.
flip phone.
They're all encrypted. They're all encrypted, right? They're in their own encryption.
And Macron use BlackBerry.
Yep.
All the new phones are actually bombs now. So.
What does that mean?
Right.
Never use
Right,
Samsung
right.
or Apple if you're worried about cybersecurity.
They
Apple
pretend
phones
it's
aren't
like
bombs.
it's a big battery and it'll last all day, but half of it's like C4.
Love is like what?
It's fucking
C4.
C4.
I mean, that if only that was like some sci-fi shit, you know? That's some fucking real shit right there. Fucking crazy. Like, there's a non-zero chance your phone is a fucking bomb right now.
No, dude.
Like,
They,
it's not
no, but
even
Israel,
crazy thing to
they
say.
put explosives in those phones, but they were wondering if they did or not. They were like, did they just get the batteries to blow up? Because if they did, that would be fucking crazy. That'd be fucking nuts.
Hey,
that's possible too.
Skid.
Oh, mate.
What's your
If
best
they
source
worked out
for
how to blow
getting
up
news on
lithium
China?
in your pocket,
Yeah.
everyone's fucking in jail right now. You know, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The question is,
what we're saying,
how much of it was explosive and how much of the explosion was the battery?
Not the
exploding?
battery at
So
all. It
how
had nothing to
easy
do with the
would
battery.
it-
It had nothing to do with the battery. It was actually loaded with fucking
I
explosives.
think a lot of.
Yeah,
I
it was.
think
It was
those
actually a
fucking
really.
batteries are
Actually, it was really
fucking-
dangerous because it was a pretty.
battery,
It was a pretty insecure
yeah.
or like not stable fucking. It was a non-stable fucking substance that they put in there. So it actually could, if it was banged hard enough, it could have just gone off beforehand. Like they didn't put the most stable thing in there. It was set off by a fucking just your. It was set off by like when they wanted it to, because you could use the phone or the pager and it went off when they wanted it to. So it wasn't just the electrical impulse.
It was PNEP.
What?
Yeah, it was like liquid explosives.
Yeah, but that
it was
basically like
explosive.
that fused together when they broke the
battery,
seal.
yeah, the battery itself doesn't explode; it just heats up.
No,
and
battery
kind
can
of-
explode,
of-
but it does, it's not like it's too random. Like a battery's too random. It can burn. It can do this. It isn't necessarily going to blow up every time, right?
but not in the same way.
I don't
Tibble.
know.
No, they do. They do blow up.
I-
It's just that you have to get enough heat on them to blow them up, right?
Shut up! They're not in the same way.
What? No, you can blow. Dude, put a fucking battery in a fire. See what happens, dude. Boom!
I'm doing it now. I'm doing it.
I've done
now.
it, dude.
Hold on. I mean, I'm sure there's a YouTube of
I'm
it.
doing it now.
I've done it. Throw a battery. Throw like
doing it.
throw a couple of double A's in a fire, dude. Back up.
I'm doing it now.
Not even bad.
Double A's.
Double
I
A's,
listen to
dude.
this shit.
Double A's are fucking boom. Double A's, like the fucking
guys.
little ones. They're fucking. They blow
Nothing
the fuck
happens,
up,
though.
dude. They blow up like
Yeah, but
that
nothing
big
happens.
time.
Nothing happened.
And a
Nothing
fucking
happened.
I'm gonna run. Nice talking, guys.
What?
CX.
CX.
Yeah, I'll
Nothing
catch you guys
happens,
later,
Tibble.
man. Great
Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
I'll be back for
See you.
hopefully more discussion.
Chat.
Good talk, guys.
Look up
Go get your data. Go ahead. Go get your data.
Lithium battery, especially because if there was lithium batteries in those fuckers, which would be weird for a pager because a pager is like 90s shit, right? That's the one thing I was wondering.
No,
Were there
pagers are
lithium
made specifically
batteries in those
for
pagers?
like certain like they have like like emergency operations and the people that need to like use a pager are people that like like hospital like fucking emergency people all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And so or people on the in the fight, right, kind of thing on the front lines. But they're made
I guess-
specifically for that, like for order from like Motorola.
The gold Apollo pager they used AAA batteries or something. They didn't use lithium, but the explosives
did
was in the batteries.
Yeah.
It was manufactured in Israel and it was in the battery.
It was in the battery.
Yes.
I heard
Yeah,
it was
there's only
I heard it was
like 2
liquids that
grams.
fucking were like fused together when the seal was broken.
Holy shit!
Salty one.
It was only 2 or 3 grams
Yeah.
in each pager.
Yeah.
But it was enough to
Yeah,
blow
some-
your fucking heart out. If
Yeah.
it was in your
Some
pocket,
said,
like in your
yeah,
shirt
some said
pocket.
20
A
grams.
lot of people missing their dicks.
Yeah, I'd reckon.
Yeah.
I'm missing their fingers.
Listen
But
to
some
dicks.
people say 20 grams. I'm not sure how much it was. Doesn't matter too much. But I
No,
know
it was
it
a
was in the
couple
battery.
grams. It was like 2 or 3 grams.
Yeah, it was tiny little amount because they're only small little devices.
Well, just imagine something like that, but that also somehow like makes the ion batteries explode or whatever, or the lithium, but like the what it was with the pagers, it could be like 3 times
The battery
the
just
blast or
overheats,
whatever.
Casey. The battery
Hold
doesn't
on.
do that much. You can just look at YouTube videos. It doesn't actually do that much damage. You can hold a
Oh, it
phone
can, Skate.
in the
It
hand
can.
and
Put a couple of double A
Yeah,
batteries
I
on a
know.
fucking frying pan, Skate. I dare you. I dare you to take a couple double A's, put them on a frying pan, dude. Put them on a frying pan. 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 Turn on a frying pan. Put him on a frying pan. Frying pan. Frying pan. Frying pan. Frying pan.
I'm saying.
I know it can explode, Trevor, but it doesn't do damage.
Holy shit.
Dude, it does. It can blow up. It can just fizzle out. It can do all sorts of things. It's just rando.
Pan in your head, Trevor. Frying pan in your head, dude.
What? Put a couple. I dare you to put a couple double A's in a frying pan, dude. Dare you?
I'm doing it now, though.
Do it.
I'm doing it now. Nothing happened.
Do it now, Skate. Do it right now. Do it now.
Nothing happened.
Do it now. Do it right now.
Watch the video.
Do it right now.
Watch the video I linked.
Do it now. Do it right now, Skate. Right now, Skate. Do it right now.
The idea of some engineers coming up with a way to utilize, because there's obviously a lot of fucking potential in these motherfuckers. Like, yeah, they usually like
just
light
no
on
safety
fire
goggles.
and like
No safety goggles.
jets come out like
Just
like
fizzes
some
out. You don't
crazy
need safety
shit,
goggles.
We're talking
go
about some
ahead.
seriously crazy shit. I'm saying that it would take some engineering, but you know, the idea of these becoming like you know the explosions that we saw from the pagers, but like ×5 or something. I'm saying that it would be an engineering feat, and maybe that would be.
Well, you got to put some explosives in, Casey. You got to grab them first before they go out to the people. You got to put some explosives in them. So if you can't grab them, and you can't like be like the manufacturer should be the ones fucking investigating, because Motorola definitely had a part in that. Like obviously, right? Like holy fuck.
Oh no, they bought the company out. They
Gold
bought
Apollo.
the company
Who did?
like
They
fucking
bought
a
the
decade ago.
yeah.
Who did?
Yeah.
They bought the right.
Who do you
First of all, they
think?
bought the
I'm not
rights
going to
to
say
it.
the name.